expecting Susika number. Into a bet in go far result in what do you want him ye? In any day, your players was a derby in 1 year, or per 1 point over 2.8 billion Sunday Nkeyedino. 1 point in the 2.8 billion. And I didn't know we need, but on there in the one make know what's in. Bet me one or you tell me paying for none yet no one ye can you. So what do you want to one can cheat a coach, no coaching bisa chairman there, bisa man so there on your way on one academy ya. Wopia one individual obi wo beduni normal obi wo kweli ni normal obi wo Francis normal Oscar onfo esefi no bi sende onye yi na ye meeting na ye gi tum de sisale ahochira ye wo meninti damadi yenge damadi ni yempe de miski ya ami sabanko tin ni mi twa wise match anwa nka mi twa sika kasimpo dam. Because minimum no what by then we feel into much and bear 500 euro. But the match you 22,700 euro because you don't want to there if match a work in your matches a work in your baba or 1.8 billion. It is 1.8 billion players will now coach you in our Kamwa. Yes, yeah. Ni miska kesi ni ye club ni because ye planning there this time ye become next season ye pe qualification so the piska ye di be bought to 2 year normal mature players e be ka ko fa be team no mu office expenses na no nka wuni na ye kaka ni na bom ye decide de ye be da madin nti o she one also one agree there or ya me meti baby na me pede me di team no be di nya me di miska no ame me nyamabon so bi won mo bi twa na onfe James bi so no bi sende ame time america no bi ka wana man ko na me hwe James bi so all ne career ni na ba ta mpo ne mu ntuko no na mete Ghana ne nda me tukwan. And what I really been bomb would say me there. I mean, me one yame. Then me be save one because level one supporters are what bruching what Dawson. One what spending this team no. Last season, man could me spending more than 400 million. Man could say, oh yes, it can be one. Obaka once, oh yeah, man, misko. But me pede what by respect army. No one disrespect supporters because he been workasa. Inte bona ma aka che no one kaka the supporters no. No wa aka the supporters no what the bay. Meanwhile no the man kote miska. The metam ya ni mintwa bet bia wo. Bet ni wa oye chiri nsam all ba ne nwa ya den maye no na bet sam obam. Obi osha wona adwum de am me twa bet na mafa na last season sami mambo manka won relegation wankwa we said the soccer intellectuals 100 million of him no we said the warrior player send off no man kotin ahina sikamuni na mutu more than 60% with sikamuni na was spending what am done man kotin mutu more than 60% wo pe a wo mbisa ombisa ECF ope ombisa sofumane because me say this can be my ECF no sofumane no ho wo de da me pe wo muski da wo na wo ya mo mobile na me pe da me boa na mitimi na me pe da wo gutim na nyima ase ye niska ontu ayanka da me nsam keka bebre no na ye pe de end nti say ye ade na ye fe ye tim ye a what's 1 year? What perfect 1 point, no. Into 1 point in a 1 year, no. About the war, team, no. Sunday, one. Yes, Sunday, one. We really mean the chance and power you winning bonus. Neither secretly do one from it be you because car now what the queno a second half in Puwunti. Not the plan that you now pay for you share. The plan was so first half no, you did first half now. Nunca missing this kind of the one, Nunca would you drive on the balance man. The plan is there, so not betting you near, give choose kind of man, Nunca 1 hour banu. Nka won wole banpu nka wo mu bia 500 Ghana and sana ya adwo pay no 2 months pay na you decided that you dey ba mo no wo boy was saying since as you wo one share Sunday so we be winning bonus one share this week so we be TNT so this week wo TNT won saka ame won sero me pede wo hu there team ne wa ame ne breakers na ame ne ogumudu. But when I appreciate my memory, one say even say something for the poor Yahweh or Yahweh Mpa. You can wonder there. Walk off first, walk at the one first one 3,500 now. What bet in pay for the chairman or Yami Miska. Naturally 3,500 now. Me the salmon, me some more chairman or Yami Miska. 120 na me mean some or chairman would just surrender or Yami Miska. One was all stars. 120 now, what year mark 160 now, what year march in the mean now much more be or Yami Miska. Walk Elbony 7,000 now, what year transport or Yami Miska. Nandeda, Ndedi, walk out. Mutu half, make and then a bet about naked, made the balance abaka. But you appreciative one and more about the social Moabano. Say, I want you know, but I want you all of the Dennis and Moabano and make the Massimi that shown.
One after me, Ayala. Me a loyal Betway fan. Be in few num any chini. Na Betway the great offers be briaba. Ebi se cash out. Ebi se win boost. Ene fufra aka edupem. Na se say the fufra mo di abakra. A friend of bet influencer. Na we a game changer. Bosu make a krenie. Me start say me share me codes. Na ma rese me nyesika kakra de free mo. Na enhun results no. Ese weni na ensa okache. Se me share leagues any matches e wo ho a. Mitimi generate 10 codes any chiri debia. Enye nkra na emmam yakonya mitimi tracke sika course no ede bremi na wotwe bia we obia betimi aye enti bra na fa ho be join Betway abusia no na so start say we share codes.
Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more.
2026 World Cup here. So one could be a bear me ya papa. Cancer Black Stars Dindi. USA, Canada, Mexico, Abyss Gold Group na dieko. Abyss Gold. Wakwentuono and now we do a World Cup na singina. Abyss Gold bama sweet experience. When you big da. Bonus uta fomboko. Packages no nie standard no. Aye $8,900. Registration and consultation room. Administrative fee room. Visa application fee. Group ID card. Travel health insurance. Ghana 3 group matches nina tickets. Black Star Jesse Bako. Round trip economy airfare. Internal transportation. And a 14 nights shared accommodation. Bed and breakfast. Abyss Gold. Our wonderful packages in so many and our corporate institutions. Some person will call World Cup. And some ketwa. Janentemo. Na registration and confident dende. From Osisia 0537 804 885 and 0545 995 223. Send your email. Our abyssgold@gmail.com. Our 2026 FIFA World Cup. Abyss Gold Group na dieko. You'll see Sisia. Abyss Gold. The golden
Electroland ya chedia ho dress so kwa ba wo de be che wa do for Valentine you. Ye ma wo discount a won TV da. Any a chedia so kwa every top brands ni na. Wo bet me wa do for 8 year do nyumo every Samsung, TCL and Nasco home theaters no mu. Na masia hwesene e wo ye LED smart TV ne so. Mu ya masa de top air conditioners na jojomo ho. Wo bet me so de bedside fridge no actually with champagne. Na masa de 4 to 6 grow ni oven gas cooker no. Ani odediane. To your top of front load washing machines no that fast shock you what for them. Ko your showroom and now call www.electrolandgh.com. And our friend was 050-315-9739. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, back why I want them when you're man. Nani board daffem.
Bono nsia kwesi non krompa emu anopa bia adwoda kwesi fieda aso nyina tie station baako tie program baako ewa Asempa FM so the ultimate sports show bia fago kansie ho ewo fie ene amanone sa obetia timu nchiremu yia. This is the show. Big interview bia story kesi bia na obete no wesanse the biggest sports show in Ghana.
Dr. Ado is our coach. People to all of a sudden talk about the future of a coach that has qualified you to the Mundial. I mean, we are kidding in this country. Ghana for DNF. What do we want? What goes into our... Sorry, but DNF, there's no player in this Ghana football sacrificing. In the history of the Black Stars, I don't see any player. When you talk about sacrifices, I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes, nipa da seni, regret it, but you have to just move on with your life.
Moamuka, and I believe Biaswa Diato, the headquarters of sports.
The ultimate sports show.
Abusha for me dindi obin kwaku Andy Dodora Femi Papa Maestro the Supremo. Me na me di dwumadie ho chiame. Se metina makonya kese no mu a bia nsem no wo bia. Me ni mabedwafo domasuko kano said ye tie. Eye dwoada kopim fiada 6 to 9:30 am.
Electroland ya chedia ho dress so kwa ba wo de be che wa do for Valentine you. Ye ma wo discount a won TV da. Any a chedia so kwa every top brands ni na. Wo bet me wa do for 8 year do nyumo every Samsung, TCL and Nasco home theaters no mu. Na masia hwesene e wo ye LED smart TV ne so. Mu ya masa de top air conditioners na jojomo ho. Wo bet me so de bedside fridge no actually with champagne. Na masa de 4 to 6 grow ni oven gas cooker no. Ani odediane. To your top of front load washing machines no that fast shock you what for them. Ko your showroom and now call www.electrolandgh.com. And our friend was 050-315-9739. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, back why I want them when you're man. Nani board daffem.
1xbet alternate dorsal na wudi so a yetua sika no tentem ene de bia gudi ahodo bi ko 1xbet.com.gh website and app so use promo code GHDRAM nifanya 300% welcome bonus ekopem 5,500 Ghana cedis. Gambling when you true inti twa no wahwe yemu enye ma wona won di mfie du nwotwe. Gaming Commission agent krato yatum.
Nana, good news for Frobia me free seahorse abano. Eko yie ema driver for ne transport operators nyina.
Seahorse for dey say ye niwamu free tete.
Wudum sa Ghana ha.
Omaye emu ya hye.
Entu di nsuo gu kan mu a enche nawe. Owura free ho nso a wobobo engine.
Na se engine amanso a overheating ebegu animu ase.
Mo enu ntin wo di Seahorse ultra cool coolant abedwa so no. Seahorse engine care program any coolant technology company bia e wo Turkey na akabo mu a produce high quality coolant additives adibe protect your vehicles and equipment from overheating, rust,
corrosion
and engine damage. Sadabaya cars ebetima chamayen.
And our some me fast akopa Seahorse ultra cool coolant TBC.
Na ba radiator, water pump ni engine hoban. European, Japanese and Korean cars nyina. Our Grace 50-50 ready to use coolant and 3367 ready to use coolant.
A Maure free 1090 and a fe rust free coolant no.
Auto coolant ya check type wa wakanu use say ye 080 H080 LP 080 and SI 080 ni nyina so Seahorse ewobi fra 0244 577 559 and 0544 133 169. Seahorse ultra cool coolant.
The right additive makes the
Hello.
Hello, it's a
Boko.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, my main checking message, Imbra. Yeah, Medi. Medi. Medi ABC game. Me 1,000 Ghana. Me let us do about the Medi 5,000 Ghana cedis. Dial star 262 hash. Selected 3 letters BR to say KBW and I say WIN. Na say ye boba bano. Na say wapani bibwa. What disika? Se minina bombo dia. What disika kesiye kra? Game way there. There is no loser because Utrano wendi kra 10% cashback. Yeti wadi ebema. Let's work out to me. Girl, cry much me. Obi trade this crab on the sudre. ABC game. Aye easy to say ABC. And Kratway NLA Ajatu. What characters platform also.
Ensema hudwa esinyina emwa kesia wasa wuti biara Asempa yetia ena ubetino Asempa yetia eye kasiebwa yede bro ewa Asempa FM enwenu nsia empaimu 6:30 sharp ensema hudwa esisi ye wuye ni nyina yede bro Asempa yetia eye straight to the point esanse Asempa yetia
Shasie February that to sonkron ewa Asempa 94.
Aha! Afraid if you then you Mraya De! The ultimate sports station, Asempa 94.7 FM. If you then you Mre. Yes, we take one zone for four. Hey, woman switch here. I am prep zone. The latest news around the world of sports. Weekend games, no in-depth preview ni analysis. Nayama hot betting odds for the weekend. Anunisika kukuno.
Money love.
Show Prep Zone. Every day, 7 to 9:30 p.m. Don't miss the show. Mechen Sauden Takremus. #Prep Zone.
Jack Patabare vimanya ku.
Wado asie. Obia wodi otia pa ani awia. Nanso aduru numra eye bibia. Ewo Asempa FM 94.7. Bibia eye jumadi fufra. Ye dia Asempa FM Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Obadoma. Bibia wo mu bisa traffic netia. Ye make sure bibia be dodge afa. Anyom no so. Dia be na eko. Training stories and Philistine eso ni sade so mesuama nemu menkancho bia o ebeko konsa dia yemia just bibia chimadi wa Asempa FM so edishia me Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eye bibia
Jumadi. Shasie February that to sonkron ewa Asempa 94.
Miminde bia 12:30 Shamini adorable ladies abra yeka abujem nsem on and off the pitch in a feminine way say food and attraction a ladies time Asempa 94.7 FM.
Sportsman now you coach dear. Look sporty. Suits at show confident. Ghana USA for entry. I've always admired one person in football, David Beckham. Imano Ajiman Bedu. Minim so well plan. I want to me the butter or attacking Obi. I hope I am as a coaching in the pants. I have all so good. But I say I am Colombian as a woman. You must say to Shiro. You are penny. The difference
Kayo, some in the beer. 12:30 a ladies time on Asempa 94.7. It will be sweeter and free. Names us here. Mavis Amano. Femi Fire Lady.
Adechevia ni munsem simane tonhwiri bia so ne esisi e wa manyo sam ne dada setenemu na se ye den sam no topa maso tu ne sere ne abasa nia ye pisa ne se ekosi sen e we kosi sen dwumadie so e wa Asempa FM so
Acquiring a new presidential jet is not off the table completely.
It can never be off the table, except that when you get to the point of making that decision now, you will consider all factors in terms of cost-benefit analysis.
Halloween kaka moto. It is any year economy no. Na sensuo ni jemu na talk esia e na mbe hu the reality.
Baby a man na be say man
no consider all factors in terms of cost benefit analysis.
The ban was a facade. It was a charade. Omoka say ya ban no no ma jiji am for concession she wura mu ye. Kennedy Japan said it.
Ekosi senye obi so
Medin your Sabonsu Femi Obi, Siamiwa award-winning socio-political talk show Ekosi saying so. Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Na yenhwani ansam ne bekwakosi. Meni omo ekabia ewom, ne oman yim mpanyimfo sinkonya adwendwen oman Ghana ho. Eye Ekosi saying wa Asempa FM so, mayenhia.
Ya frame Mr. Oti dodo na frame Virgin Sun. Memo akwa abadeba Lawson Herbal Center. Sieka Lawson Herbal Center kofa by anasi odano eye Dr. Lawson Chairman aka the Virgin Doctor. Shano so say Lawson Herbal Center ye ne de ensa ya to ne din Lawson diabetes ebe
Asempa FM. The way God have built me, any encouragement I mean wa made namo no. So you be anka has ka we are born with them dada. My partners 80% fee Ghana 80%. This year 20% per no more around Ghana. It's part of SARS community. I'm telling you, it's not a good thing. It's not good experience. But nipa me born abasu de bia Mr. Isaac be menti Mr. Isaac to me for. Edu bribi no catch me say ha soon chemi. Yes, he told me. I say ha so chemi. Na me bro for ye juma na my hwe ya make mistake. Up to now, the Bia Mikas Asemano or to me fool. Or no, the Akane mean to me in catch them or to me fool a bemu. Pepe. Or catch him, so I should be careful. Say, Mr. Tomio can walk. Or no need the champion. Oh no, so no need chairman. Omunim, and you no quarry. Ash for to crew. What I say, and next time you war. What you say? Francis McCarthy Tiasi. Those are the people we work. What I say, Nistivia Kote, Noah or Ulomo. Those are the team we work. We work as a team and we work at very honest. But see, some of them, Sikanu Ninano, but the main kingpin, I need basic, Mr. Tommy Okai. Onim Bibia, Osmano Modi, Sack, Ebe Fast Canoe Banga. Onim. But no. Omo yin e kan bi mam mi team no bie ni wa frame me po ebi miska no komo poda ebi no enyi 78 years
I manage your business na fe wosan de ho agi football management mu ene enyuma ahodo bi nso wosan ye bata ho o ye ne sen.
To be honest with you, football no na me pese me kom aba say call ni gbese no mu ni te no mu na omo small mobile na pese bi ye. And a Prof did not say I should go and help a class of folk. Maybe no interest. To be honest with you, I didn't want to go because a lot of informed permits. I must say, Yenimsana uti ukwa. Me do wa unye. Ebe go against you. Ebe ma we juman beba. True. Me di me unji mo to be me unselo. I say me jafu.
Asempa FM.
To me juman so. Intina na say me di football ni chise first.
Asempa FM.
Because anka eye gu me jumano.
Wow.
To be honest with you.
Football ye go you
almost a gunu year. Because say only a system of Ghana. It's difficult say omo nyame omo good team no. Always thank God say nyame omo nkrofo omo no mo boa omo no pillars omo ma bibia. But sometimes no, it's difficult to get good people.
Tiska how the be share house mo no omo de wadi amount.
If I told you, Wallace, they be all beside me, no man, make I can him.
Mohamed Hassan, we are former national organizer of the National Chapters Committee of Accra Folk and our training to Yanum, and name Ushe at the Fair House of Folk Open Commercial Center. At Sandmount.
Also, I fair. Aye, could because
Oh, what day?
Oh, then get as a fool. How's your priorities is here? Yeah, you move from one training to another, from Aquinas to her. Meanwhile, probably my boss, majority shareholder, also 6 months prepare Honorable says I'm a lack of I'm better like I say, hey, Buzumisia, I'm so I know, probably normally, former President Mess, the time, yeah, two training pitches of Pobimao has for be no donating $100,000 to him or appeal letters and become in your cottage. No one's $100,000 and buy any go 2 pitches or pitching a hobby. Your priorities are has a folk big club like a class of folk. Your quackonas near charging near Pia. You are near year for near call Lego. Says even a house training. Says I has only 10 wiper.
There's only a trainer.
I have only training. And then I said, be a family free. And then I'm going and I'm going. It and befitting us. But
and from Kobe report to the manager say near Ibutimu, at the Abasbody to be a February 14th. It's say for the past years now, we are board for will be able to start a project like this.
Thank you. Sasano Mokandia, Sir, Chief Executive no drink, the late from Soya, our Kotos assassin, and Zana, and Kratua, where the be Mutoyano, or Mudia Omayade. Secretary to be a sino, a 2 hour board in the toss as secretary. Will be a CCR. What had Nancy? And when they were living, they left all these legacies at all. Now go for a more agenda and go away on more agenda, right? Sa secretary no. Oh, your board has board no. Me can microphone has board no. Has board no more CCR led by Togafidi. Formerly James Abu.
But every individual be a so agenda.
An agenda no is not at the interest of us of folk. We are going we are here for the next 10 years. After the burden of some has and the has officer by idea and as on the trick baby can create no more the has no more the commercial entity. I want you the bumpers in a woman entrance. Then do the next 5, 6, 7 years. I'm but on Bessie Adian. Maybe I could print your call and bit Massa. And then get former secretary to look around and walk to the one. So I cry, Massa, me, Sanka, Makoa. Maybe I don't say. And you, Wallace, Yakubo Bonus, or Cono, and Coco, visiting us. Tell we much museo, horizontal and move round. And San Motimako is Adian. This team and Missy has a priority and number 1 structures in our own. Now say, Natomakulu, old man, Natomakulu, or see, or ye, patrons rep at the board. Patrons no way. Where are the patrons? It has a local board, Miss Roy, or legitimate board member. Because all kind of also a patrons representative at the board. Where are the patrons? I may kind of catch you over there. Or catch you one TV Musa say, me, Menamona make against the moon. It is the moon makers are. Where are the patrons? You call Congress, you know. We amalgamated the company's code and the House of Host Constitution. And sign the structures, your structures, board, patrons, and also board, management, one has AOB. AOB. I come down, Robert Hassan. Or the fact that Kukunana, and then notice, you know. Wow, Sabro Nana of Oriata the first. No, president of council, president, Saha supposed to know a change Mudia. What are Nazi? Oh, Mutin, or da, I take for room, oh, Meti Hassan, I take for Phonobi, or Chin for Osha, we are Chin for me more has, would I because Council of Patrons, the first Council of the Chief, and none of after the first, and the one of a Dania and a bar, Nana Pump, Monamone, a Yarisoya no more. Has structures, you know, some of Juma, we will continue going down. This board, no, the worst ever board, because when the board, yet invited people, board members to the ethics committee. When the board,
one invite him to ethics committee.
Oh, says a crocodile can be so called a reckless statement, you know, and also called. And the first one I tried, and your ma on my way, on my it's all I do. Let's a mechanic. Your African Cup, yes, a 10-1. The most disastrous result I've ever had. 2 matches, 6-4. Academy 4, almost 5. Against Yazida. First, it will be very difficult to beat us of folk back to back. Wow, stars 3. I don't know much,
Professor E.K. Wallace. Professor E.K. Wallace. Where do I go? Prof, the only nomenclature with professor degree in sports. Prof, when you cast a like you want to go about tre, I want to papa. The pet sports, they send me here. Prof, Wale, we are so winner to sports.
Welcome to once again another great and exciting edition of Sports Night. Ha is still ASEMP Asempa 94.7 FM so ana wasongo so a utino. Within the Prof E.K. Wallace a good year catch back up. The only nomenclature the professor's degree in sports. The Al-Regina Wallace, the nation's presenter, and the Messim Kunya Econo Quantum Coding Small and Saka. And then you know to be Organa good him ejao. Catch up with your 4 oyere Oma or Fase for Nananum, Ukrumo and Pramfo in as a Prof and Yatrasia. Yadin commoded the Organa good him ejao. And now quite Thursday and na yedi sanche sunku 18 saba February 5th 2026 and na yedi sanche sunku 18 senjao ye won komon gedegete won ma matransi no metimi asabo na afi bedroom na afi nkoma wodo 20 ppm amonito krom gomo jama de shese dazi eden komo kakra so ebetua ba ye plethora of issues nso a ebetua sade ho discussions no etua sabrel na afi nso kwa no interviews ho a eno so amonfo dwatonde no yede ebebrel hye so ma me se ene nyame adoma ye special guest no omo eden komo enam intimisero enkoba bia koso atan video no na afi emfa sanche so kwinfen sambrel gomo jama GCS dazi ana afi Mr. Yapia omo eba be kame ho na afi ye de dwumedi kese nso atia brel dwumedi e friend say Sports Night channel so say uko YouTuber Asempa 94.7 FM like ya na wa share na wo de comment no atimi title na amanfo dwatonde LPM's live presenter mention di kede bebrel ye toss me no so ye be san de brel na afi nso kwa no special birthdays no wo bi ho be jaya eno so ye de honkomo akra so ebetin aba ebebie pon de ato ama wo out team no won so do adwen check akra so etin aba dwumedi nyina da Philip 2 AK47 the gunshot man ono ana producer panyipa wa kuche nkomo de gun kata so de beja Alexander Cobeston Mevi Samano production if America ton no deba Bernard Paddy Butwe mo fasini mpon Patrick Osajman the fireman ono enso na wi out in kan say ode fire for fire reloaded 18 Sabre ma ho sene nema esieko Eric Esidubu di kedwa na nkasa no head of sports no na afikoku oben maestro Andy ono host of the ultimate sports morning show Dennis Asamoah Alatula na afi abedna goku mensa ana afi enso kwa na Iman mo ana afodi fomu nada etachiri ne resanche so kwetuen Sabre chene so bi se Benghazi senior most Benghazi west in Mexico so no maka kraka mu ene oguso ye ho adwuma prapra boa in social media de ye da so YouTube Asempa 94.7 FM bia di atum timu share link no na afi obi anso ntimi share na afi ahofrofo nso ensa enka ye link ne kama pa dwumadi a ye de ebrewe so uko YouTube no so Asempa FM live ene da so Twitter Asempa 94.7 _FM adomonline.com so benya Asempa so afi so you tell us where you are listening to us from or you are watching us from oba YouTube no so afi me personal Twitter handle no at Prof E.K. Wallace afi Enoch Wallace walanyo odu wani chima ENOCH Enoch Wallace WALLACE walanyo God is good BORLANYO na also wetimi ahwehwe me all social media platforms awdo ni na so sabeti akamo so o join friends of Wallace 0257023391 0257023391 no join friends of Wallace ye en converse ho na afi yintimi di enkomo hwe sebe a yebeti aboa emaniama etia tutu yi ediama ya here to say meaningful and very descriptive content we from now enkopem se ene akoya we de ye the Sports Night ABC enon kro pepe pentiana wa hye no so edi aman hyɛ so bio say while ago your programs manager Philip Osebun so esquire Dominic Isiabu akokutwumu esinkunya at the sports night emodi dwumadi a your friend say kuzi sen ana at the break kama panti radio dwuma na kwa baton no yesu asuma ye to so from now enkopem say nonkron ebetumi asabotia na wa hyɛ ne so de amame afi trami nchen na me mo nkomo bi na nkomo abanie nti enkom former minister for sports honorable Edwin Nilanti Van der Poel or say Western Aston Asia kwa he will not support the idea of government airlifting supporters to United States of America, Canada and Mexico to cheer the Blasters at the FIFA Air World Cup. See there be some support in the Tofia kwa nyadi ubetwen sanjinem or reference the findings of the Jamefe Air Commission which advised against the use of public funds for such initiative. I was in Mexico since Edwin and Tivana point and make his comment we and they another san shares on Kuniti Satuja a response to recent remarks by the Air Sports Minister Honorable Kofi Idi Adams on flying supporters to the World Cup, insisting that any such initiative should be driven by corporate support in line with the fundraising committee that has been set up to mobilize sources for the exercise. Inti Honorable Nkoma with regards to supporters Yedium Eco World Cup.
There's no way you can stay away from your job for
Asempa FM
to support your national team. So it is important that we look at the other side. I think the minister has done well by taking that difficult decision to have supporters flown to the US and Canada and Mexico to support our team. My only problem has to do with the decision of the white paper on the Jamefe Commission that says that the state must not finance any supporters to any tournament involving our national teams, not only
Asempa FM.
So going by private initiative, mobilizing private funds and private resources to be able to achieve this very important objective is a very worthy cause, and I think I will commend the minister for it. What is important is the caveat he brought, that the number of supporters and who will be going will be dependent on how much you will raise from that fundraising.
The Honorable Edwin Nilanti Van der Poel and I saw for Shagudi Nemebuno so and the other Sankumu 18 Saba and the Afa supporters are Pejomo, yet Tebium de Free Ghana, Nedemaku PM, US, Canada, and Mexico, World Cup against the case between Tujano or Chester Sanchano, and Yandia Obefaso, Ewanisha, or also Egusu Edimu. Now, Yabema, Black Queens and so Eshase, idea, I was a CATM so Ediama 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations in Mo Airheson and Nema Asia Course. Case, you know, to keep part in the Pink Lady Cup, United Arab Emirates, UAE, and a Sanchez on Kono 18th of Fem. Now, if you say, Yamia Dama, Niama Ebetia Kui, Eddie Ama Black Queens and so. Tournament, no, scheduled for February 28th, now by March 6th, now at Yabanavie, or more offer a competitive environment for team, no, to sharpen air tactics, no, now for some building air match fitness, now for my say air squad depth ahead of the continental showdown, and no everything to Jano United Arab Emirates for no a base competition we know a featured national teams are from across the globe with this year's edition including Ghana and Russia for baby, Hong Kong for my baby, Tanzania for my Ensuginum and widely regarded as a high level preparatory platform giving the Black Queens exposure to diverse playing styles and challenging match situations. And to Coach Kim no share him Senyamia Duma but you see tournament we no they evaluate both seasoned campaigners and emerging talents are obetia finalizing the squad no for the WAFCON ebetia tujano competitive features no expected say a better tested tactical combination while allowing the coach to identify area requiring adjustment and ahead of the African tournament no the Ghana Football Association as a team no participation in the Pinks Ladies Cup no flete omo enshisha abano commitment will provide the optimal preparation for the national team omo ensure say Black Queens for be fully equipped to challenge for the top anesa no so ebitia baso no enti squad no for United Arab Emirates tournament no yet to be announced but the team no I expect somebody party from Ghana on the best by ahead of the competition no by 28th of February there na omo bomaketima womo kwa akwohwe aboa emaniama atutoyi onom if you move your dia there's a Ghana you forward back abranti we minim se lack no new se na si city what so bono modnia about top flight league so Belgium idin Bernard Tepati so are subject to racial abuse from section of Levitsky Sofia supporters no during Lugret omo dwumadi bakwa wo edi ya mutin sadi nkunim Bulgarian Super Air Cup nim enti wrestling shane esia kwa na se Vasil Levitsky National Stadium ana Sarah who kese SME etimi eto Bernard Tepati na wenga no score a decisive goal nano ebnada no secure trophy for Lugret for almost na afi West Mexico, but the celebration were married by disturbing incidents directed at the Ghanaian international into Uhuma a strong weather statement and a ludogres for no one more condemn what is described as unacceptable behavior, revealing that Tepati was targeted with monkey chants omo HSA or adun kuli nyama kuli or you control fear West Mexico so put you racial insults from Levitsky for omo fans no during some match na enyadia eswenikwa and the club no raised concerns over reports that children were among those involved in the abuse. Kwalankuma kansa nkofo na omo Bernard Tepati enim FM no describing it as a worrying reflection of the growing spread of discriminatory behavior in Bulgarian football. Inti uhema Bulgaria de omo emfa nipa bibini enye matters na escalate after the final whistle. Inti Tepati receive death threats and racial offensive messages on his personal social media platforms. No Dorogress for no confirm say former complaints no have been with the police and the prosecutors office over the threats against the player. And the team no said they will not stop fighting against racism. The club said nothing that the incident follows a similar racist attack on former player Abranti BFN say Antoine Baron late last year. And also say bitum say pepe and see Bulgarian champions omo retreat say omo full support for Tepati omo stress say omo ebe face all deal alone while also omo call for a joint discussion among Bulgarian clubs no some by address recurring incidents of racism and protest the value of the game intini and also etimi abano nti omo say omo matemate nko a enkotra babi ensungu ne yam omo nkasa ahwe nim se nyame adoma omo beta brand na chi okone say nyina so what say yemo betia ya ma no na ometo TV from not dem no hwe kra mba no na agege nani se bia nani enko ye ne yaya e wo saro wo sema eno so tipi Bulgaria West Mexico so na sen ko fon konko bobo ho first partner Bulgaria nyasem kito e ka Bulgaria na se omuso kanti bakwa omi ade baba racial chance omo stadium no enye anika Mamin Tintum Samates for almost Oman now so none than be US to say Oman also say Omu youth head coach say Eric Kwabena Bequin former Asante Kotoko striker and I feel so Petrojet for Omo a former player na feel so crano Western Mexico say he has been suspended for 2 weeks and doctor a month's salary for insubordination and breach of club regulation tinie say Omo ama Eric Bequin club no early this week temporarily suspended the former Ghanaian international and almost scheduled for hearing before the disciplinary committee over various allegations levied against him. Inti FC Samates for now Sebequin has been found guilty of 3 out of 4 charges. And they say Kwadu Emakumako Bese and 9 I did to no Western Mexico Mumi and Sadie Nin Nandano Tim Samparida Elbequin or the firm area meow I just say Yenny can cry what I say. And he found guilty on 3 out of 4 charges levied against him by the club. And as punishment he has been handed a 2-week suspension and is also to forfeit 1 month's salary. This is to notify the public that after appearing before the club's disciplinary committee, Eric Bequin was found guilty of 3 out of 4 charges levied against him by the club. Subsequently, the disciplinary committee of Samates imposed 2 weeks suspension on Mr. Bequin. Additionally, West Mexico so forfeited 1 month's salary, which will be deducted over 2 months nti was sign a bond to be of good behavior. The SC Samates for statement signed by Air Chairman Chief Inspector retired Vincent Beverly wono ana ne sashe Sancratias. Meanwhile, the discipline committee of the Ghana Premier League club has also entreated all employees and all its subordinates to as much as possible operate within the rules of engagement and to respect the club structure and procedures. Inti Eric Bequin bosome baako utimi se odebe akom kire say into a cabusumi bako and which mama suspension suspension see 2 weeks to 2 weeks send and like say amount who where's a beer amount for the be where's the beer in na to say 2 weeks and everybody so I'm sure say or conducting well by just appearing before the discipline committee and yet you'll be a but or appear before the discipline committee and so why not against obey jumano na feel so whatever I pertain so be address it into Rebecca Queen none mammy madam for pa and FSA Ninu Bane Mina for Panio Rebecca Queen Rebecca Queen family no offer no funny Samson or day waka baby he carry football club Rebecca offer no Rebecca Nyakwala tini and also abanono TV JCO anti tramin chain na memo as a queen there na chuma suma okay now zini ne ma me ne nuamunya no we wada for professor oh say me to nchana wo bo me komo we nya ibia o me di akira che o di game na church those days say minim player minim na busu fo ina anya say anya ne a what say amanfo ye Catherine. It's on channel. Bana madam for pa maybe spend nimpon madam for nimpon pa maybe spend nim okay this is abonyo onye ni tu you know me abano no say sapon wa 10 gram wa hunu kra hunu sapoma rapper ni se be queen rapper ni Mary be queen ko project on netisa obesegu sisi bodu do mo na ma me so penasem o be queen ma me di na chi ma me na player bi enu na ma me grant interview sin Eric be queen ma me to date e wo Ghana ha Eric be queen ma me ne ba ne shego obeye match be ba be grant what I say assemble no be san be ginem me my man may so rest in peace. It's in coma and also abanity. Say some matters for some 2 weeks and a 1 month suspension salary over for 50. Okay. An issue now. Until say 4 issues counts. I quite do at the board. Makuma no. A mummy and Sadie na semunya de. Na semunya de. But the move back de. I say but me and Sadie. Me and Sadie. Has a 2 crowd idea. I think say also. Punishment is to tell that it's a disciplinary organization. Okay, you understand? Because it's a 2 weeks and yeah, 2 weeks also in Central Casa and yeah, and say I've been for the 6 months. 6 months and yeah, and yeah, I sent you for crowd 2 weeks. We are over. We so waiting your proper fee there. Except that any good for record. So bia wo Prof bi aka palatable ana any too palatable too palatable well say nya sema nika so say obi aju CV say you know say we ho na so club no e dey everything no because say but I'm sure that we enkoba bia behwe na o ma ye say monaka dey say no say na ma we watantemu a ehun say na ma esi ekọ ama bia kama pa enti me abano no enti managing communication is for the Ghana Football Association and we're inside enti what is say a minute of silence ya ko so enti me abano no na referees a yame adoma so ebedi FA Cup matches ni se so 11 wonders in atam divisa ni aje kraku the second sports complex Dr. Imoru Osman and be center referee Nations FC ni Swedru All Blacks against no Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex and so Gideon Nikofi be center referee Mediama and Samates against in Takwa and Abosu Stadium Jacob Aduntara and be center referee True Life any Heart of Lions and so against no so ni aje kraku the second sports complex so retabuaten nkansa be center referee na fe Tuba Astro Tef no so kwesiada na Dreams FC and Talas Bishia Rejoice Adukwe ebe center referee honum Kumasi Asante Kodoko ene Edwina Stars FC Babara Sports Stadium eno Smasolo Usu ebe center referee na fi kwesiada Techiman Liberty Youth ene Real Tamale United ewo ohina meyaw park no eno so referee and dini Sumala Nazif wono and the best center referee Bekum Chelsea and Tamale City FC and also kwesiada na beba so Golden City Park na and also Foster Bashos and a best center referee in the list of first batch of participants for CAF coaching course no and so etni aba be kan yensa e hanom nti Ghana version inform paying for hwenim some the CAF license A coaching course first batch na ebeba so in the list of participants na abepiem ni obehwe no hu se Emmanuel Mensa ewumu ana afi so Abega Wilson ho afi Durazuta ejinam fonkwan we fedomo nso na kwa brochi nkra ne chese ase omo hwe ya twentwen so a ombedu a na se omo tia ya nti Gorian Tram ono so kwa brochi na afi Sadik Abubakar ejinam setose wa setose okay ana afi Enoch Daiti Enoch nso ebe na afi Isaac Ama ana afi Sandra Boache Sandra say why batan na so okochon Sandra Boache woni bibi amini muti a osre na well bekopon ana Mohammed Hamza Obin Henry Wellington Lion Kingston ana Benes Educhumwa ana afi Anita Redu Hamza Mohammed John Pencil okay. John Penton, former Blasters player. There were rumors about the way the certificate. I feel them say oye until we they say I clear her. Fina oye no. John Penton. Fina oye no. But yes, when a Blasters assistant coach so can afi Yakubu Mohammed account and afi so Joseph Ajimanjinia. And also account niaba no first batch of the coaches are womo ekwakoye ana mede ho komo akra tense jam ye sure say and ship to fake ewa ha obeboy komo akra ne mo putu tense a long awaiting airlines course man for hwe ni ma cha say yanti shake wadama do toto 96A obama ho komo akra na fi last week so uja baako yanti me sure say nkomo baako ja so kwaba no abehwe say be bitian samboa na yahwese na Mexico so enti no so obesha se fena for the license no abeshim National Paralympic Committee of Ghana NPC Ghana also in collaboration with the Ghana Olympic Committee GOC dispatched 3 para athletes Bocho Nkegbe and Afizinabu Isa and Hayford Adai together with coach Emmanuel Enumsoa so compete 2026 Dubai World Para Athletics Grand Prix nti bibia metwema 10th February till 13th ana jumedin beba so Dubai United Arab Emirates nti ho ana Raphael Bocho Nkegbe or 3-time Paralympian where Mexico so amamu ba nkamo miane kon ahye fem batene wasande no Bocho onko femda nti ne omuko Dubai a womo eko Grand Prix bi Dubai nti bi di achi na resen ne ma ebisi akonum ade no we undergo the first ever international classification Dubai on the 6th of February. I confirm T47 para athletes no and afi Hayford ade no a teenage arm amputee sprinter on so long and of your a long jumper into the second year Konongo Senior High School no na he has already demonstrated remarkable promise by competing in the Ashanti Regional Inter-Schools Athletics competition alongside non-disabled athletes. But this will be our disabled no what is on non disabled athletes kwa compete am wa chene bobri ntene ya fa na preko person no so kan bi nti Dubai Grand Prix no ebe marking the first ever world air para athletics competition ono so de ni 8 fence achieve final direct air qualify opportunity no for the 2026 Commonwealth Games no Glasgow Scotland and ebeti abaso nti Zinabu isa so F57 nim air para for game no omo use code F57 women to be compete in the shot put and discuss no through Dubai Grand Prix no beto ho and afi here for that day makacho say T47 men or compete 100 meters and 200 meters 400 meters and then long jump na afi Rafael Bucho in Kegbe or no T54 men also compete in 100 meters 800 meters and afi so 1500 meters Ghana for this year ebeche mbobre NPC Ghana Omi optimistic says true no ebe secure direct qualification to join Paralympian Tahiru Haruna who has already qualified for the 2026 Commonwealth Air Games powerlifting. It's the NPC Ghana express almost sincere appreciation to the Ghana Olympic Committee for the financial support our man standing to them. Na able athletes so be travel no compete successfully omujumedia omudintiwe disability for sports ontin be bia Ghana happy on Sportsnite and ya this ankomo ebebrel na WAFCON 2026 Morocco for dinner attempting to withdraw from hosting the 2026 WAFCON despite speculations and amidst the uncertainty. CAF is exploring alternative hosts with South Africa expressing interest in stepping in. The news say Morocco former denial say omunka say omuntimi host 2026 WAFCON bia tini abano no Bologna Fonso san Ghanaian youngster fan say che Sorotu Badori Kwesi Sorotu Badori oyo Bologna abrante Bologna sa team we stamina pia esi akan mo pen na omlo from Brekum Chelsea until the end of the season with option to make the deal permanent. Nti Kwesi Sorotu Badori ono Ghana ni deshia ene ofi Brekum Chelsea akopie mo Bologna for akache. Nti coach Cassie Mengel ono so prioritizing national duties no after season no with Swedu Oblast. It's in the task now was to keep the club in GPL, though there are options to extend his contract until no soon come Abanono. Asante Kotoko and so crown THB's 2-year partnership no say Western Mexico so ended season way into the Hope brand or more expressing interest in extending their contract but Kotoko request Kotoko commit to meeting all stipulated requirements in here and also about no Ali Bengazi Bubukuno, Ali Bengazi Fono. So I catch Kodoko say, they are not interested in keeping Abetamwa as he didn't make the cut or no cut no make it. They open to negotiation if Kotoko wants him back. In so et me aba no to the Kotoko Branti by Wajidia, but say go for you say Omoshadanya Danesa. Ali Bengazi for omunye omfase musie to match man ti ko to pena dia omsa embeyi na new dubiase abrante baako Salim Adams also you love to return to House of Folk nka abano obvious he has unfinished business with the mother club and naturally also a love team no you would jump at the opportunity to come back and complete what he started. Intini abanono issue is running many first saying amafo we bring na dream to person them is course reports suggest say management now has serious issues with them to prevent him from coming back. Na I say na painful be na air block abranti nka ba sababa kra ma be ya ukoto obi no ntua kana na friend saying ngofo a down ejum sika and so fan ho time saying the truth no is clear. If the opportunity come under a different management one he Western Mexico so say different management na badia Salim Adams boy say obono mediema no nyasem ketwa kura obesa beboa emaniama etua koyi edia momtini eno so abano no baby a obi an highest still Asempa 94.7 FM Sports Nights Thursday's edition ya de bro na onwusi na niama esia ko odwumedia yegusu edimu kuma jama de she bibia abokode
o nyame adom pro bibia aboko
okay ene fasima kakra bi papachi na fi later ne hwe na shake wa na fi so kobi so standby na fi so kra no Mr. Apia so ha afi en preparation kama pa
eno tau Asempa 94.7 FM sense sports night sene yerem ewo amanane tokronim na fensima hodo kakra ewo hono ye de amon na bia nso etimi akonkan kama pa but ye be sensam na se ye be remu ewo fixes ahodo anense dikan ditie na fempo na se ye de ma ye tiefo na ubenya live ewo eye YouTube da Asempa na Asempa 94.7 FM nese samere unso ati enya bi ati wasanso enya nyoma wodo ekoso ne nya no etimi emponeti kama pa na bia nso etimi akonkan ye be ko eye Copa del Rey quarter final matches anese ne etodwa no ene na Real Betis bobokono ene Atletico Madrid for 8 p.m. ya omunso ede pem so in the next 7 minutes match we enso betimi akoso na fe Copa Italia quarter final matches no so yes match ba ko ene etodwa no enu eni eye Atlanta enso ene Juve na womu Asia na fe ko Coupe de France no so a eye Strasbourg bobokono omune AS Monaco na omunso ede ebo eni ntuani matches awodo a ene nso ekoso a yede ema on Asempa 94.7 FM na senisa Brenton Tiandi Karim Benzema Ofi Etihad Boboko nasoye ewo Saudi Arabia ana wakwa kopiem ewo eye Ahila womu asoye na Brenton kokopiem ewo no pomnese eni one day kra 24 hours no eno emai Abrenti abo hat-trick ede ama Ahila Boboko no a womu nso ewo Saudi Arabia enom ekonkan enso ede momtwei ene de agya eno nso eba yenwura mu kakra ewo nsamu from efa place awodo a womu Asia kan ewo Europe na afei ada countries ni nyadia na ese ne yewuram kaka na fe ya hwe Abranten tin ede eye Serge Gnabry menu ekasa de na ese Serge Gnabry na ese wabomoden I stand in the contract no ede ama Bayern Munich until 2028 is confirmed sa Abranten no ebomoden atimi atoaso na fe wasia kan ede ama Bayern Munich boboko no enso eho FC Porto asoye no de atini na Porto for omo reject eye Atletico Madrid essence in the next 48 hours Neseja edi enemy no mo pa Brenton Jin ede eye Gabri Viaga wono aya Brenton osina kan ede mo FC Porto nanso e man nese transfer no eba na wie no nese Porto force dabe wo mo empene Atletico Madrid nese samu wedie ye mo ya Brenton emma nanso ye man eba ha ye nti Brenton no enso entimi emepem tuwe ene de nenso etodwa ho no Michael Carrick wono eye nei nese court temper ede mo Manchester United no ruano akasa wasinya mian no kwani weekendi womu ene eyetonna was beboboko no ene ebo ewo Old Trafford na de abetodwa na nese wurai eka ninsem nyina enese woso hwetonna was beboboko amampo so nese ade a womu team ewo form osi team ne eni form attackers no eye very sharp power omo stranso atobi edi agum ntono Michael Carrick de nese kwambia so woni agro essence wonim se tonna was beboboko no ebe ha omu weekendi entweni smurai ono nso o kasene se Ondrich oye player osina kan edema aye Olympic Lyon nana obobu kwa ne ede aye Real Madrid na ho enuru ayi na se jawodi ne nkwe ofri Brazil mamu na osia kan edema Madrid na se so oye Madrid player de na nso akopiem ewo loan France AS Lyon wo mu aso na ko Lyon aso ya Abrantness enu Coupe de France no Queen of France so ball goals emma aye Lyon fotimi edi nkunim komanim enu achi nso na se French League nso wadi Lyon for edi agro no enya agro ketwa woko Europa nso a na se Ondrich edi Lyon edi agro mapa goals ne naja wo boba na enu Abrantness goal na e boy no epusu Madrid de form say Abrantness loan na woko pem de na se sama no e se sanso kofa ne back ebebesi akan de Madrid buboko no na bia nso etimi akonkan enu a ni goal na sanso ese de ma Lyon no ama enei woko pem e Carlo Ancelotti na so ya wo head coach edema Brazil no na so no enei peno wodi esipe pa no so acho ne din e de aka ho sembo ne kwa bia sa Branta na so swade na so World Cup no ka aye Brazil national team no kokopem e US ne Canada na so betimi aye adwuma no enti nenei ni din asanso aba enti weni dia eno so aba Celtic bobokon e Scotland meno kasai yes former Arsenal and afi Liverpool Abranti Alexander Nesempono Chamberlain meno ekasai dia yes Celtic for Masano free transfer
fair ɛna ɔno nso ɛkɔ akɔsi akan ɛde amomtene deɛ ɛno nso ɛba no na ukɔ 2023-2024 season no ade sɛ ɛyɛ UPN mu amateur Premier League no me no kasa deɛ wɔn emra wɔn sɛ hɔ sɛ wo brichi ɛyɛ profits and sustainability rules na sɛ kwambia so belusu points no ayɛ adwuma Leicester City boboko no ɛbɔ ɛyɛ championship ne deɛ nanso ɛne yɛate ɔmo 6 points a na sɛ nyadeɛ ɔmo points ɔmo nya no ɛne yɛfrɛ ne simple no a breach of financial spending rules no and actually Leicester City momo nso ya 2 6 points and nso ekoso ewo ma se Cristiano Ronaldo me no ka say medical bo e de amabas best 3 days ni 2 days ni and ape no amesambo so e de ma se Cristiano Ronaldo na se anasa so ye no abrante ne ni engine ni nyina ne se wo se anasa for ni top players emfa nka no homa ne ntimi anyi trophy e ho ntie ha ne ye papa me no ka say ne so official asanso aba anasa management no edi account say Cristiano Ronaldo out of game wo ekwa akobo edi Etihad e Saudi Arabia e watch na Friday inti eno nso dia aba abetodwa no Ronaldo yasi wo mpraye en one sanso mpo no wasanso eni nessa fitness problem bia inti Ronaldo bibia de na kwam na mom no match ne de wontimi ensi akan from Arsenal for dia atodwa wo mo semu anessa Arsenal de nkoda mo ne age ho adagure ono esi akan e de man Real Madrid boboko no na gule me no ekasa de nessa Arsenal for enso e de move no e de ato se kwan bia so Madrid branch de nessa sama no on betimi akwa na fe oba besi akan na bia nso etimi akonkan kama pa Lamine Yamal nessa Prof branch ne si social media e ha no okọ ho no mu a nessa mane enoma wodo nessa otimi tena wo saa wontia nessa otimi tena anadwo adasuom ansa na wada enti okọ park so a nessa agokan se osi Edmond Barcelona mboko no ntimi enti enei woso decide say social media de na se nyande o obema na ni age ho omana ni ti ho a wan hwini a ne ball ne career ne kra enso ebese odu won ma won se baby girls bi ene omo ba oni ade no na se ha no enti yama ene na sa brante no Lamine wo se nyade na se nani empo ne be ko ho no mo come anti winning sema ene so etimi aba Rodrigo si akan de ma Real Madrid boboko no against Benfica Champions League and okodi di play ba kwatem nti ama ne Champions League nese ya suspend no you see a abusive language and no use here nti Rodrigo ya suspending in 2 matches na 2 matches no against Benfica our Champions League playoff ebaso necessary on the 17th 18th of February won't mean sia kan bi na Madrid timi progress ya koduru knockout stage no so round of 16 and no so be mess 1 match into winning sma and no so eba ye de to anim on Asempa 94.7 FM and 70 DNS ja eye bebre but the tienie a branch ba kwa ni jin ade eye Adamatori na Western for epe just Lingard no baby see akan e de amom but the two baby no na nuno espirito say no da bi na say ni kwan say just Lingard na say former player the mama Manchester United no ni kwan so no na eba na Adam Traore ono na so ba branch na say ho de pa ono na just about 2 weeks ago one Chelsea players no tigna no ni omo kikau ni ade a enti ene nuno say ono na blocko sadina na say one ma branch just Lingard enso entimi MP mu ho no me no kasa ya Barcelona force Lewandowski Robert de tiene abante no Barcelona no enye bad sa and at least eso ma contract no on man 1 year e ka ho na ono nsusi akan e de ma eye Barcelona anti Prof we de me mpa nkwachidi ene eye yawada sports night so the Rama no need to krum e flew apie ntima menyai emfama
me da se go mo jama de se dazi na otin kan so den common 18 saba ntino nyame adoma common bebre na wa ha price spin golden draw no ana medi one dance the amount price spin golden draw no ana medi one dance the amount until register with pricespin.com.gh they play any of games no na fa ho jim say be obetia quality golden tickets no ebetia gada be say 30 lucky winners na select ba ko pe on the drive car no home nti we your chance and more the other side between san gym pridespin.com.gh pride ne pridespins.com.gh na for terms and conditions near pride prize spin also together we play prize spin regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana omo techri ana ede san shelson queen 8 jao na onse na niama ACL ko na Benghazi e na wa che no so de mam se cars no aba sese no when I say nti amafo bi na cars no AC fitting shop ene ho ko ne ba no ye se coolant na odi gum no enye papa coolant no e play a very significant role e wo ka bia enso abakosemu na ye the Seahorse Ultra Cool Coolant anaba Seahorse Ultra Cool Coolant nyame adoma Ghana Football Association Communication Directorate no omu na omu kasa kese na yempese bese enti no ye kanfo Seahorse Ultra Cool Coolant e dia mom se bebe tia boa e ma niama etia koyi e dia mom mesel bomodin da obese o engine tia po na niama timiti to yie de ma ka no heavy equipment no ene wo hyehye na ELCM coolant no heavy equipment and on site make e betia boa o pretty heavy equipment set tracks and air construction machines and have engine air cooling systems no here air that air extraordinary air coolant ebetia boa e ma niama etia ko dia mom empempia na nkofobik tekita gallon bia de air kala bia gum any other no nya coolant papa we air properly formulated air coolant Seahorse Ultra Cool Coolant no and American for e dia mom omodin da omo ELCM coolant no a long life heavy duty air coolant specially designed to protect o engine no from rust and corrosion afin so kwano control high air operating air temperatures so boa be na engine na do ba se coolant e papa e boa e ma niam atimi to ye e de maka no e mechanisms ni na e prevent air cavitations and afin so air liner damages into hwema niam e de asa engine nim ene car no enhye bia no etimi e bon ban pa protect aluminium and afin cast iron na afin steel components no of air car no enso enhye bia nti bomodian da se on sabe ka Seahorse Ultra Cool Coolant eno ene ni betia boa na ELCM no organic acid base free from harmful air chemicals damage seals and then sensors no afin so kwa make no ideal for modern heavy duty engines working under tough conditions me pacho for loaders, excavators, trucks, and buses, and after so industrial engines. ELCM no coolant no deliver long-lasting air protection and reduce air maintenance no. But more than that, we a taxi driver, Uber, can be out to be an open coolant papa, European coolant or your American coolant or after so your Asia for so cry at your home Asia castle. But more than that, say Ubetania Seahorse Ultra Cool Coolant, and no any coolant a bit about Emma can na on time for enko show basa but more than that so be for Seahorse phone paying for 0244 577 559 0244 577 559 and 0544 133 169 0544 133 169 Seahorse Ultra Cool Coolant, the right additives and they make it the right coolant. Momodian da say on sabetia ka sa properly what I say and then mechanically formulated air coolant and betia boa emaniama etia koye e di ama o dwumedie bia odimu shake me ma wajo
yenya
bia come there
alhamdulillah
wow by few
oh yes o ti
o show fine pa o ti me appreciate no they are oh show fine pa
nyame o
show fine pa what to am about you say cratchy
but yes
oh yeah cratchy
nyame o
enti yen chance FFF last week nkomo no me bisa o say o resna niam AC ekoso a ethics committee omgusu ya adwuma na because betting issues aba manfo de nkomo atiansa ba na say FNZ de mo fa no nya hwe won
oh yeah de bibi pa ethics committee no omo operations no our boundaries. They have boundaries within which they work.
Okay.
So for example, say only within the football circles. Now we be unethical to the game. Na din say you bet to me a sanction because take for example Abranti or Kasa only 11 wise players. Say onye a registered football official o sanction enye because at the end of the day, sanction, how do you administer the sanction?
Okay.
You can only administer the sanction when Nipana was sanctioned or affiliated in such a way that say when the sanction so crown a bit me affected body now you're affiliated to. But this is where you can't even identify who that person is. So the only thing you can do is go beyond the boundaries of the FA. And that is, you have to press criminal charges against him. Because or sell a product. And these are criminal charges now but me press it against him no must be done both locally and internationally, because from audio no nipa no ni Ghana or you're based in Germany and the hono me basi because if you need to anamobi and I said be say be ko pekron watch na onka jira say me ba be chew. Okay. No adan ho so nti steps are being taken on the side of the criminality of the issue, but ethically we will have to identify any pabia ebia or involved our with 11 wives in that sense no nipani are affiliated to the FA. You get it. Mama for me one example be affiliated to the FA nti in case edin bobo no no obo midi woma I can be called for questioning, I can be charged because midi abam
obo teams be
okay, so a team in general, exactly. A team in general, and team now boy, you know, team no ankasa ye entity. In fact, say Oba legal terms, I am sure you are aware of this. Oba legal terms, team no ankasa a complete legal body. And individuals no so or more clubs no so ye individual persons. Enti wabo team ni di a general. Who in the team in particular? You understand? The FA has reached out to these clubs and they have denied it because members are on Moyejuma. Until you have to deal with them internally.
Okay. Remember for journalistic spectacle this time. Say, don't you think proper investigations could be conducted into this? Say, baby, yeah, no koso. And until I can say. Because it is looking as if said na saying you say oh my out here come na who say akwano officially onye
official
of the club what I say, but he looks like he's a chairman. What I say, provide the financial de facto chairman. Yes. What I say, but officially ni di ni munkrate mu. But ejmo ye no I just say it is becoming a strategy. So people say
what say game now?
What I say supporters because now no supporter be can be man. Now no ethics committee fair no. First can him say 8 PM go to the supporters level. Is he saying who say FA ni say football police in many other day. No e ba say ye name ni na sa na mani na ethics committee na
or can send or say I don't know how true is it, but I'm just quoting him or say clubs ni na pa man for abroad.
Very good baby am say Tefina omo wife for na do omo so I go say Pentecost nyumba kwa adia waya ma Sarah adia waya ma Abraham adia waya ma David no afena do so
oto nyumo no mama akai ejako movie bia oye oni nana mama Brown wasi
akwayo
meeting ya otiechere kura yusu driver ni ya otiensa onu so yusu obi ya yusu komo efie ura kura o mana yusu afena drubi so and then I say me chances so afena dro be prof you are right ade ba kwa wo say menu any active any those in the football industry atiase ni say gambling in itself, first of all, let me say this. Me a friend Sheikh Tofik. According to my religion, Islam, gambling is haram. Yakasa harama eye chiwadie. Into me, at a point in time, I was a pundit for the Bundesliga on GTV. Met me predict outcomes of games. 9 I ever upon this league and 100%. But then later, I had a Bundesliga group. Obi e catch your group no say. Sa predictions na me no, and odu tua school fees. And I'm say how do so odu tua bet.
Haram no odu tua school fees.
And I'm jaye.
Haram na wo ye no.
Say na me nim say they were odi omu tua bet. I thought I was doing my job showing how I understand the Bundesliga. Me who so omu tua bet and I stopped. Because my religion is against it. And I don't do gambling. Me nye be that. However, in the game of football and sports in general, gambling and haram. You see the differences?
But here's a person of religion.
No, I'm coming.
Emma betting haram.
Yes.
But wajuma de betting haram ho.
And yes, I'm wajuma. Okay, so your fan say
food our for discipline our for woman.
Okay,
Betting
womb. And organization and I say industry no. Let me use that word. Industry no. Bra betting. Nemo oma regulating no. Into country bia you the way oma regulate betting afa. You understand? Inti etrese in the game it is accepted. Now they are dangerous. Obia air fighting a syndication betting syndicates. Say bia Kofi ama yao. Ena joa omeka omo boom. Na ye influence ebia referees players meba. Enono idea the entire sports industry in the world is fighting against it because in fact betting companies they are losing a lot of money through the syndicates because ekobasa utia kwani ya enka odia ebi anko be break betting company no cry down and the settings the betting companies even frown on them. However, the most difficult aspect of the whole thing is baby omoteta omoye se adwumade no only Ghana han wako penache no.
But we learned from higher authorities say FNA corridors are more can say even say a Ghana Premier League and even class B to betting platforms no zukano more bra ka mo hwe nim same way that negotiation until you say mo kan sa akwa
ya kan sa akwa but it is difficult to control or regulate it. Minumi onu yenim. If somebody is in Malaysia
but I say as go the end mo yen quick
no
say omuze bi no for the bana say man ya as go the end
no there are two different scenarios
but say betting ya na
okay so
ni nya betting ya
meba as good scenario now who were the people who were punished what is obi o Malaysia ye punish no and obi o Singapore and Indonesia no it is the people who belong to the association your members no there are those we punished.
Yeah, because we test case because no, if you admit say even players no na anya dey amping the players no kwa if there should be some reward form for them say be bet me motivate other players because no so obi this you understand
no enye slow we bet bibi nya botre o say as go dey no e buy no it started with the same thing say players be amping so no me say dey say no. That is how come the whole thing came out.
We admit say we the place no na ama the number so nti enfa nkan come on say draw no mo boy no on be cherry pa
omaha no
say on be yo mo bonus
but the me person me kan nyina ne say that incident that happened as good Interlice no Interlice is a member of the FA as good a member of the FA officials now omudi ba mu no they are all members of the FA who are recognized as members of the clubs involved.
Okay, you as good you know. Na say we case we cry. Nti eno so more reward diligence.
No,
system bia e ka say book for abaso mo dey bia so twen ko.
Debi. Ye bo abaso pa.
We on state categorically say players no ana hard
so a process.
And the player na we move a figure na kwa obricha wan kra na club no. And dent on the image of the friends in football e operate wa.
It is not.
Enye hwema mo
enye se enye hwema ye it is not prof
enka hwe
prof Adamu Sedu no ye menua me free 442 GH me na me recommend me yakofa na be editor where is Adamu now enye no de ko US
then John the analysis wana
You understand my argument. Who now wouldn't call you? Okoba ya obekobi wa na wouldn't call ye. Say ukra journalist ya short to Ukruma chukumu nyina odo mko. Achire kwa Japan. Prof. Charlie enya amafo na. Okobe bibi abefio.
Enya etika.
Minim say your discussions na mo kamema data bi.
But you see, Sheikh, the difference between Adamu any player and say Adamu even
Adamu ya Ghana ni na player no why Niger ni.
Meka in terms of execution of duties. Adamu even US na still working.
Na player no ko ha no okoda.
Chuku ko no say chuku website that is running. Ashes air running website. Or don't say exactly. Aisha of PFM. Aisha still working. But as a working for you
from any part of the world.
On the kitasha we
you see, Adeba ko was saying United and say Prof. Yeah, Ghana for. Mesre. Yeah, it's the money.
Nani usafo say utiu.
Me dana se kwa.
Shakiro ne.
Nana ya usafo wa jina konya odi ya sembaba. Oh ya miteni pa. Prof me dana se. Prof de me kanyina ne say. Yeah, it's ye nyina ye Ghana for. I am most of the time no. Mesre. Let's be more realistic than being emotional. You're realistic. Look, the economy we find ourselves in. So check the data of professionals who leave Ghana and go outside and work. Football squad, the data of professionals who leave Ghana and go outside and work.
More data no.
Let me mention them to you. The data from the Ghana Registered Nurses Association and Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, GRNME, HRSA, approximately 4,000 to 6,000 Ghanaian nurses to 4,000 enipa baako mienu miensa enai enum ensia enson nwotwe enkono edu saa mpem 9 4,000 ekopim mpem nsia 6,000 the free Ghana ha eko aburuchiri ekopa adwuma between 2023 and 2024. Ghanaian nurses, professionals. O check a for Bibiana me wana mi jaye no teacher. According to based on reports from late 2023 and early 2024, approximately 10,000 to 16,000 plus Ghanaian teachers have either left or applied to leave for jobs abroad, with the United Kingdom being a primary destination. And Ghana National Association of Teachers, omode data bi baha, almost say as of October 2023, the National Association of Graduate Teachers confirmed that about 10,000 teachers had left for foreign countries. 10,000.
For football, football statistics most because Western Mexico
football,
NRS survey crashes 51% of women in Ghana aged between 19 to 27 almost dated 3 or more men.
Footballers according to the FIFA Global Transfer Report 2023, 630 players. 630 yendru apemumpo mpem 9 mpem nsia ne mpem du ne mpem du nsia eko teachers ne nurses ye de yendru apemumpo 1000 kra yendu ye any free Ghana ha eko that was in 2022 footballers
but you see Sheikh I give you
I am trying to tell you that we are not an island. Let's not lose sight of that. We are Ghana and we are working in a developing country.
But football then can say come
no bra
intimidate a foreign exchange country no.
Okay, into forces or monko.
No, but shake.
Now you read argument so what say.
Football then it means that you are being very little. This is a player also because of salary.
Okay, Prof.
From the one
Sanogo, I am on the floor. Let me address my issues. When I finish, you can come. Please. Mommy, addressing my issues. Prof, may one last example. Okay. Ibrahim Sani Dara so no. Michael Oteje so no. Unim Komladumo. Unim Jojado. Wow, Jojado. How training no. Many nene GPL life. Station wo kokomlem la no. Many nene GPL life. Is it Jojo Wifa?
UK.
Den ho.
Juma.
Hanu nya juma.
To juma no so.
Ya me ba no hanu nya juma.
Juma nto so.
Nyamtre. Hanu nya juma ni ntuanika.
Ano ye juma.
Tell me no nyina e ba ye be ko ye go peska be hwa busua. Ade ne ye sa.
Bacho no.
No. See, mama me man nya te se ekoye football nko a. Sebi na dan bosom. It must not be like that. No, but there's everybody. Why are we trying to make it look like a football on quantity and Nipanija? So the funny police for you there is like Coco pay cleaning job or no, but I'm trying to tell. So the point I'm trying to tell you is that all sectors the sectors have a common denominator. And the common denominator is Ghana.
Okay,
that is where we all find ourselves in. Look, maybe a cramoni. Maminka Sembia or Comsheni Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam or Kachre or say, Mana haitukum anhu fajitanibuhu. Wama amartukum bihi fatu minhu mastata'a. Or say, and Niama Mabramo Sama Munyano. Tin you, Munchum Humfrihu. Mana haitukum anhu fajtanibuhu ni amakacha msama munyano munchum humfrihu wama amartukum bihi fatu minhu bastata'a nemum ni mama mu kwansa munyano munyane sene maho de betumi. You understand? Menko fa ebonswa se untimi a ubewu. God bless our homeland Ghana. Enema so ultimately say ade we mentimi so a okofa so obewu nti association no yentumi nyani nyina prekope eye nkakra prof emre bi atwam na GPL clubs obi ani 1 million Ghana cedi sponsorship yetumi apre enya sponsorship say e de ama clubs no. You understand? Emre bi atwam division 1 league clubs no mutua officiating fees omo na to mo boss omo na to mo boots omo na eto mo buses fuel buses in the couple matches enei sane mani nyina eba form. Why are we doing this? Ye neman kakran we your friend social intervention programs in football. Send ye beya sika nka do beto fuel no betuma save you no atua player kai sika wo do beto bus no efe na ma bus enti ate obreso yama boots yama footballs. Prof, officiating fee 52,500 Ghana cedis per each of the 48 Division 1 league clubs in GFA. So minimum
officiating referee be say as mabo matches ni be kwa shim.
Mutia carry forward. Me ure me Prof. Ejuma no so.
Canton crossing
ka. There be Canton cross be anim. Ejuma no so.
Canada na utia da na foforo no wase da tuentene sa se u boni aguda da.
There be embu ani nguso ebetua. Eka de ode ka da betua. Di Prof de make nyina ne se.
Eka zo Evango police station.
Evango police station. Odo ko imagine kakra why from mese no.
Eka Evango police station.
What the police station over 10 cities. Over 10 cities over to the next can I say. The Prof ne make nyina ne say. Muma yenjintum say enipa bi to anamon bi say ya. E enkanko mano personally. Considering baby free any baby oko any ni obenya e de ahwe na busua. Let's consider it like that. Enye ye de say player be Ghana Premier League no otu kwan yakọ baby.
Yeah, when national sets.
But
Black Galaxy.
But when your opportunity echo America. Aw baby awodi ademuni chukukoye no. Ehwa no so ko. Aw ko ye adwuma. Say Adamu was kasing me. You are aware.
Chuku was kasing me.
Area said Nano swag. Your members never kunya ye. Aye pieska. Adamu ne tua kase.
Adamu ne chuku de say Adamu
ne tua kase. Adamu said do ne tua kase. Hey, care to a platform no so we swag member. Kwabena ya boa wo ho. General Secretary Prof. O mu nyina ntumi Adamu. Adamu tua kase si no bia. Adamu America. Nduka me mo America ka misimi tua 1000 ni bi. Ka misimi tua 1000 ni bi nti yenya abotre. Yenye ye pese player na beko. But so wanya opportunity sa na so obeja ball no akwa. I don't think we should begrudge it. Abrabo mu mpuntu na ope. Yam blessing na wonko.
Okay, my master na go briefly.
Okay, me da say asema mini a shake building na morals and life experiences. Me metie say ochina. Okachire me say oh yawo. Efi ye ko work up bra. Na me mfa enhye baabi ne nkwa me ne beko. Ebia me kwa na mama bi. Eno wo ho.
So wo ko e wa na buy.
Eti prof
obezako
asem nyina ne se wo
oba be ye ne maye no asako
wo
sure
wo mu baabi a
Alaji Nuru abawo
sectors na obobodi
Alaji Nuru bremenzu
wo sectors na obobodi teaching military nurses say nurses for most of them omokwa omo tro sa licensure exams no ho na omodeko uko Ghana Health Service they will tell you it is affecting them because omo na training nurse ni no and we ja adwuma na say wo ha and wo kwakoye obaabi de kire na say eho de no eye papa de kye ono ne de no most of the military guys na echo no omo ja echo military outside say ojai the military service kroma now also are very comfortable to go and do menial jobs you can I say US then our military service should have a problem.
That's right.
But what they make say journalists kroma say obi free Asempa FM na so oko outsider. It should be a cause of worry for Asempa FM management. So adentina yetia na me workers adwuma na ose wajai or very comfortable say
no be ko
it should be it should be a cause of worry for Asempa FM management multimedia management. But what I say now player na okono I've always said this Ghana enka one of your biggest exports nipa enkenye oko Brazil we ahwede free wa and I say sugar free wa almost second biggest import nipa which is footballers
export
I find the export nipa which is footballers and with the talent in Ghana you no say you were large pool of export in terms of player exodus now you say oh you play we call US we call UK we call Italy or baller it brings income and animonium into your football but that's what I say a football player in his prime about the Ghana Premier League or you're the first choice goalkeeper for your second national team the Black Galaxies or say we jai football no jai no and yes or kwako ball ni bi wo America o or kwako ye adwuma wo America ko pena brabo as me pacho say Shmalado o abrochire na him bia abrochire Stephen Odo abrochire man o sekufo abrochire obi akasa obi an complaining because they finished their career and they felt that they didn't get what they had to get and omokwa kopebi and they are to
no so China won't get it here to get no answer.
So it should be a cause of worry for young football say a player in his prime see we just football nebo I don't know what dedicating career in life ni na to for no onwie we just bo or kwa kope at the for abrabom baby it should be a cause of worry for us. It many shake statistics now they too done yes but or compare apples and oranges.
Okay, serious the mood rebata ba. I say Prof, all the other professionals traveling from Ghana to go abroad go to continue and perform the same profession.
Exactly.
But this player has completely left the game. This is a huge dent on the game, and my brother Tofik should acknowledge this.
It doesn't mean that failure.
The Ghanaian media in the diaspora.
Exactly. It doesn't mean that the FNA failing. It's just an avenue for them to block and never be a ebema sa nyama den akoso. but what I say Prof me dey be maka me say Kenya sempa kan isimara the money of circle from they shouldn't be working in America because obobo na the do kotoko ne hasa except the nka obobo you can do Manchester and Arsenal you've got to the apex of football career no you should be living a celebrity life.
Okay it is shake na say ebetia ka say nyame adoma ethics committee no ebe ya adwuma on some of these matters betting so
oh inshallah the processes no koso
nti so play ya ono so ef ma one craft for no so finish him say ebetia me ho na place no ya jikruma no be mo sa
ade ba ko ho a may digress kakra but that's not what I mean to do. I just want to highlight the significance of it. Aban way NDC aban omo ya de bia personally many eje ho the way omo enya professional contracts ewa brochi normally professionals if we are call for exchange of labor with other countries edisika ba o mining said ya okan no nurses say call ya say teachers say call ni nyina eboa because at the end of the day it helps the improvement of livelihood. Prof o kan amaya o ewiase ai bia menu mienu ana okra o mpedia me shake me pese bia nka metumi echina bi metumi tu akotena ho abo me bra kakra ansara masaba fia Germany ka ho ye ka wiase countries a omo football eso ani de pa Germany ka ho but even there even UK even France plays a jaibo or other professions and there are several examples. Ebi jai football no bo ekoye obi kura jai this gentleman Nico Paczynski wo jai football bo ekoye bus driver bus
send the pass ya woni kumu ha
obra nyabotre
wanja ma West Africa
me nyabotre ade ba ko wo se nyina ti ase de say first of all it is the individual before the group. You understand?
There's one basketball lady cry. We jai basketball ne ball. They say o TikTok.
No yeah. Ghana.
There be America.
Nyami shra.
But we no America.
Nya botre.
You understand? No America. America. No.
Offer. In America hona we TikTok no. America fo nkwa no hwe no.
Global.
Say America fo nkwa no hwe no. The point I'm making is say before say enipa bia be take decision no odwere ono individual no emfasoa decision no so be ba ama no asa no take that particular decision. And whilst you are thinking about the general football group ono as an individual no edwene ono no individual interest ho ansa no waba be general no ho look enyo obia na ebia obepese obebo football throughout his life. Minumi no ete Prof. How do we know? Say even player no ebia o start so obobo no o ka kire no say me bobo up to a certain level. Me duwa me jai na maye bibi foforo. How do you know? How do we know the plans, the aims and aspirations of the player? We don't. So this is not an issue that should become like too capital to the extent that I say you commit sacrilege because a footballer has stopped playing football and going to the USA to work.
Okay, of course that matters.
Intermediate Manusi no, they make a say it's a choice that he's made that he wants to stop playing football and do something else. Let's bless him. Others will play. Yenso as a football association, a modern way to me abo near ye any debate to me aya count. I'm a football I better or mine no. We also do our best.
Okay. And more the license A about long awaiting license A course. So be a train him. Send a shishene CL at the master license A. And it's yes I say the more the uncophobia so called diaspora ways for no coin. I'm not causing so be so much, but more ya said I'm over train. Now I'm about
there be it was planned before they left. Also last Monday me can be wa say usually it is not about the title of the course or the name of the course. It's about the knowledge acquisition, the knowledge you are going to get. Oh yes. Registration was done in June 2025.
Wow.
And all license Okay, so license B and license A. And the announcement was done in 2025. And the all license B coaches who are practicing and want to get the license A applied. Because per the convention and the guidelines of doing the license A course I was first of all license B what they are here for 2 years.
Okay.
You have to be practicing. I be say as soon as you get license B team are coaching or the year juma.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. Bringing this requirements in, and I'm basically say, Ushima, as a Ghana Premier League before and son, I'll be a head coach over bench, or requirements. National teams, your requirement,
Yes. National team, your requirements.
Even Premier League, so we have a requirement.
License A for head coach, and then B as an assistant. Yes.
See, national team also requirement here.
National team A.
See all the technical ensemble, no?
Yes. National. Okay, so national team your what do you call it, head coach and your assistant. You understand? In the head coach be our coach national team ukrum be our A.
Okay. Tinase for the between any C ni
exactly.
Okay.
Inti ebi mu ho a omo B inti afa na omo upgrade to A.
Okay.
But they work with the national teams as assistant coaches, which is allowed. Even at CAF level, it is allowed because most of the time, your conventions, we don't do it differently from the guidelines of CAF.
Yeah, but certificate is anything to go by. And then a national team,
yeah,
the apex of A boni and this will be about national team, and the Mfanko A,
so that is
quality.
No, it can be done, but here is it. Now, yaba power, and as a fan say, FAA. Eba into power, yes, in 2019. Yeah, by basso.
Yeah,
you who say you're close to about 70 plus licensed A coaches in the country, but out of that number, not about 70% and practice it. Are you listening very well? Now about 70% of those number of coaches and practice it. Meanwhile, your system no any coaches are more those titles to be able to help the development of the game. So obekaya per the regulations that were released at that time. One of the caveats was that before you coach a Premier League club, also license A certificate. In the clubs in the appeal say, oh, your coach one now coach and sa be ukuta B. But the FA said no. There are A coaches in the system. Look for them. And so eventually, from 2020, all Premier League clubs have licensed A coaches who are coaching them, and they are all licensed A coaches. For the deputies or assistants, license is a minimum of license B, assistant coach. Goalkeepers trainers was a minimum of license C when it started. You understand? But as we move on, na regulations no sir. So we CAF regulations on the buy. Some time ago, na a license A, minimum of license B can be assistants. CAF be improved to a certain level. Ube coach senior national team, you have to have a CAF license A or pro. Your assistants must all be A's. One baby a CAF dey adena drew. Enti sana ema MAs member associations also improve our list, but also upgrading, going up so that you can catch up with the growing trend. Enti kakra sabi yesi ufiti prekope eposia moja na eba. Moja ba so ntumi wi nambium. Enam so na ade ba ko wi ase edepa no. Me mala mbimpa bo so Onyankopon yesrew. Yare a ebetie ama doctor kachere say na me ribida no sa yare no pagubaye.
Okay, enti you move your enti I think that's all about the coaching.
Of course, enti this is the first batch.
Okay,
this is the first batch. The total number of coaches who applied for the A 60 coaches. And this is the first batch. In the first batch, started on the 17th of this month.
First batch,
the first batch of coaches, I think
it should be 30.
No, that's a 20. That's a 20. One, two, three.
Amba beto. I say amba beto dia say na amba nye full partakers number
20. And the 20 now started for the first batch.
Because
no enu say best say me catch say course no mo koye no for a 10-day period.
Okay.
That is the theoretical aspect. To mu we are afi no be practical and they will do it with their clubs.
Okay.
Intendu so mo practical no ma fee.
Oh, okay.
So they will join the list and do the
batch.
license
Okay.
by first batch.
Okay.
So that is how it is.
You person license ya betu ya be saying.
Me we fika kra don me pese 12,000. Okay, 12,000 because license be they make 9,000. Into A near 12,000.
12,000.
Yeah, 12,000 Ghana cedis.
Coach Johnson Smith apply or count.
No, on first batch.
But system or count.
No, I'm mean to mean chere. I need to check
12,000.
I need to check from the administrator whether I saw apply and I saw apply. You understand? I need
one of
to.
the things that I hinder the
12,000 into we are
position.
See averagely if you are coach average salary of Ghana Premier League me saying.
It depends. There are coaches
averagely
Charlie.
Oh, Premier
League. No, me to me bomb trimunka. Mame confirm.
Oh, 12,000 yeah. No, we gonna say
120 million.
120 million.
So what the coach for a longer years in
okay.
Kakra. Obete.
Coach you started Prof. You shall say go school from class 1. I go to university saya ko nyina. Okay, guys can bo ma ejuma e dey agent. Me go so pem so ko. Nim say be fa. Ojidi o nya me bibia be fa.
Briefly bremo.
I think that a nice gesture because minimum a lot of coaches but I boy Johnson Smith. Na ohwe practically adwuma na ankasa na omoye na you can see clearly say omuni adwuma na ye but omuntimi nya premiership coaches clubs and coach are the main guys because ayana oni the requisite certificate no a ebema wetimi azumi that position and one of the reasons now omo demand say GFA MBA for license and I say BA for upgrade you know once this particular upgrade abano maniaje hominim say ABA omo special dispensation for experience some of the experienced coaches are yenim say adman omunim pa just that ABA they say aka say 12,000 their friend we be na we nya amfa ma na we nya support so am free baby a bear problem no meaning if there are some special dispensations be for some because whether you like it or not yes say Penny Onishan or Wabache. The last of Johnson Smith, money some senior coaches be practically or my year Jumana channel mania experience a woman. So the book would become one. It becomes easier than ABA Mea mania 12,000 na me se me koye. Na me ni much experience be o de Jumana Shaminsa no certificate or qualification there. But when it comes to the practical experience now, I'm sure na kwa problem e dey moment no. I don't know or why say be or knowledge about it na obetimi aboy on that one na obetimi aboy. Kakra bi so me rolling it back into the betting way saying I feel say yes say they all can say onye a member of the association they cannot punish you but there be a can for an assassin for the baby say asembisa for ne be asembi pono and as a bibi anko kan papa enje trade for years now since 2019 na FNA buy there has been constant conversations about match manipulations and betting club officials any people that matter in our football in football and air they be make say asem say you can continuously enya no kura mpa ebese no kure eti sometimes they should look beyond just looking for omo ye involved no when they decide say ombe a holistic investigations into adena ekoso no a I am sure ebekwa babekwa abeka obi because when the Italian football decided to say omobe investigations into match betting no estatif ribabia na ebeche Paratici and no sporting director then edema Tottenham Hotspur any Sandro Tonali no usi academy Newcastle no free AC Milan no AC Milan captain or bar Newcastle United when they did the investigations now they realized that abentero otwabet eti omochi no or then the agent ebe admit say ampa and why are addicted to betting it will be yamwa it started from somewhere and eba ya abisi ono a o main actor ne so abanti your friend say eye pakweta besin there he's under investigations say watwetwa trap like enyo no kwa dey try you odo ko bo no e no ka kire ni nua say bo na me kobo no medi yellow card and then nua no e ko twa bet say bo no mo kobo no West Ham ebo no ni nua no bedi yellow card ampani ampa no di yellow card
the debate
no the debate enyo we try but because you are more a trace say nipa no we try then or you connected to you no a rank certain bell be
okay
eti mesre efe no sa ade we aba be ye a cloud on ye football no a oni obi edi Ghana football ho asem nkomo pe o boss o Ghana football edi twa bet Ghana football edi twa bet but e bia na entisa
some prominent men crab out cross head
exactly they be am come say obi ti say Abdulsalam Yakubu onya just a hollow figure be in our football. He's a big man in the society.
Premier League, but Kobe, briefly.
Professor, Mamenka a Heart of Lions player and a Asempa Kakra because as a attention about football so to na me share the ABCC na me hu say o kra na say other sporting disciplines in the end do so pa chen football no say me ka say nansia me nya kwanya ko USC me share one Michael Cancer a former athlete and also introduce you one guy be the chairman na guy no o ko fodo about table tennis pa also according to no osi gani nim table tennis me sure say o tia the ordinary ba me osi gani nim table tennis bopa but obedru US ano table tennis ni ade nyina
kata no here de ko bo
wanfanya adwuma
kata documentation here de ko
but on say according to in cancer no or the table tennis na no the two kwan
but who could do
an system now
till other sports you can compare football there also transfer woman sika there ebem other ones ne there the competition by Olympic Games by Glasgow near minimum by e ma nko bia unya hwom ti akwaye ntu omoka you know about football there there yeah association
the Lions goalkeeper
omugina wa parent federation FIFA ediskaba but I say na ban so kran so diskabe shame this time that is why it has become a question
but I think system no professor system no na say ni yema ni kon because empem mebre ye ka about your sports no how ye sports no e okroma we mu nyina ye niema bi a ebetimi asisi ama ye nyina ya set up especially we no eba say ya me sure say oye Heart of Lions penia na say oye CEO Edma Heart of Lions a obesan adwene say edie na me nye ni ya na say die kra na betimi atrigger ma other players so ebeka se ni ono so kwa ho mabiem enti se oye obi asebe odwen club ne ho a afi unso obe peja ho kakra na eniema ba ku mienu bi a ebia fo se ankoye because enim se clubs ni ye discover. I'm not saying say be Heart of Lions kwaje ni 1 million no om de asho mo but prof yenim say ekwanya ye clubs ni bi enei o story ba ku bia ye di akire ye nyanduru ba bia de efo sika be pie mu Ghana ha ene kwanya club administrators ni bi age na omudi aye other investment o me wa no scanner ba se ye former clubs no na omunya den omunche sebe ya players na eho ben ha won enso beti no na a certain club ebetimi aka se o yentua e ka be 3 months ni 80 players ni kura no se omumbo biem wenum ni niema bia esi ye kutia system ne se yentimi enso so niema bi se ya no because until say ye betimi aso we ya no we abase ba ko pekoi bebre na no ba kwa ahwamo mawo o se mpe mebre no ye train the obedi ka akọ na wako bie kwan ne dia tum keke and we no I'm not sure say the only player make say be awadi ka to kwan but situation na e di na akoshim no prof okoye se na se ball no nya de obebo biem e se the ball no mo biem o de akoye adwuma ye yenim senka dodo na akwa omo ade ye adwuma ne ye bi omo abobo na wie enti ama we die na ba topic no
say ko security for ho omo ya adwuma shops ni ade ho omo keyboard ni ade bebre na ho but akwa say we dia no ode akwa ya adwuma aba bibi ti say ebia ono no dodo na akwa omo ade ya adwuma ni ebi omo abobo na wi enti ama we dia na aba topic no enfa we say
okay
envoche na from so sad na
o ka sam mienu
enti professor we need a wake up call pa de ma o man Ghana say ebetimi ahwe na ya tutu ni o ma ye because enye easy ye mi dey ekoso okroma enye easy wa hawo fe wo be sa be ko enye easy o prof enye easy so the ba na say grana make us players na dodo na agya ye frɛ ho ba bi u ka se ye betena so yiso a
so pass by no be no lawyer for the
player be from manager enso wonya the manager
manager
no starting from manager mo wani mo ho
training man nanti afia wa anti afia no madu
wo be free na umpie na obu nkono no wasane be 400 Ghana cedis enyumre bia and send it shake as my currency also send money nyina nesi and they grant make us so abrase kakra dey WhatsApp na dey emba be enti e be semperi for enya system ni wadwuma na ye nuanom no mo so enya kakra fa mo mata so
okay say briefly na rapport na fi enhwe me hockey fo bi so e wa ha na ye mo hockey so nko akra
enti prof me dey manosi no na adesrede na me dey to Ghana for anim. The betting menace is something very embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Sports all over the world. Prof Minim say somewhere last week, who follow the developments in Turkey. One with the number of referees are Turkish Football Federation, no. Echi omo involved in betting over 1,000. Enti ewiase nyina no ade bia ye ko because say in football no and American can say it is regulated. Enti ko amai ni biswa the gaming commission especially in Ghana regulate betting. However the syndication of it is the problem, where they will meet, plan, and come out with strategies of trying to influence a game, and then a problem. And fighters are there. We beg the general public, we beg the security agencies in the country. So say, to be honest, Ghana Police Service, any cyber security units, omoye nema bia many john pop obitimi se bi di nema se hunu bi wo social media ye betin sesia baby a wo she bia wo da office ye be ba betu sesia nto omumboye
somebody sports policing be by
oh yes the sports policing unit to be honest it was in the process of establishment and a damper free ho.
Oh, okay.
It's
tender in new proposal.
Yes, we are revisiting it, inshallah.
Okay.
BBA
okay. I think I can understand that now. Thank you very much for
you are welcome, Prof. You are welcome.
If you have any dedication you can do before.
Today is 5th,
yeah.
Your birthday was on the 3rd.
On the 3rd, yeah, on the 3rd.
Oh, okay. Me wish you. But let me say it again.
Yeah.
Enema mi ensa na me papa obefiri you aso ka kire me.
Okay.
And even the prophets talked about it. Was say ade ba ko a empre pi enipa yemfa ne serious. Youthfulness and health, good health. The prophet said as-sihhatu wal faraga. Apomden any youthfulness. Me who said the Messiah can babunu yono. Unse sa time no energy wo ho ubetima enema bebrebe be nipa be fa ne lose no di agro nya ne nema yi obetine ni no wa hit 50 afena no be hye ne nema yi sa time no so na hogo enti emprepi no ye bompa se nyankopon omaye ahoden enkwatenten na oma iska eni sa nema miensa no empa ba me boma on your birthday sinyankopon ma ahoden oma nkwatenten na oma iska unye iska no so anu ama ebi amen.
And the check of fake and attending can or senior communications manager at the Ghana Football Association and then also as I edit a crab account. They say me hockey for her. I'm also elbow Juma na GRA hockey men. We reminiscing in Mexico, some your bronze medalists. Rima Nese coach Isaac Moses, head coach, and I feel so crano. Obemuha captain so ha, and I feel so your assistant captain so ha, and there was some other players so ha. And the hockey women, and so I can't be almost winning everywhere. Do Rima players so ha, and your air best goalkeeper for a year. Jumedi Twensa course no, and we African Cup for club championship ACC, and Jumedi no. Womo 18 coach on Bobre, a month for Becca Sunday on scoreboard. Na yeta Ediomo and Son Komokaka. It's me by my mom phones and Yama ACL Conti. Wa kunyana what Tansunia Kunyano Jino China, Abuama Aye, come ha, Wajina China Efe, na camera na captain, na I have a fair which they are. And say, about your wine the Becca.
You know how.
Okay, any Mama Quaba Bajumadi so. Okay, but you're saying.
From you, Junjumo Champo.
Okay, we are doing.
Many captain, Memani team.
Okay, and introduce all my cameras in the info.
Tintin original Matthew Damali.
Only General.
On a Tintin, Cassiano. On a assistant captain.
Matthew Damali.
On a assistant captain.
Okay.
I've been so Tintin Pie or German.
Hey, you let me show you.
Why is it TV pool? I don't know yet. You see a look of Damali.
Okay.
And your phone, you know. You're on a camp commandant.
Oh, okay.
I feel so. Mavis Berkon.
Hey, Mavis, no.
International woman. On the player. Tilly.
Okay.
You goalkeeper. Come.
Wow.
And I feel so. Was on no come. You original. Right.
So on fan the shame on Nintino. Okay. Is it Wadama Buenkumaka Crescent and Nemesia Kodiama a Mujumedia Mudian?
Nidi can you bet me a dampen Fubiase?
Okay.
Because I know one can maybe a coin game to me call. Even that Commissioner General of Ghana Revenue Authority, I say, and I feel so management. Omo GRA ho nyina omo niema omo timi yema yintina yenso yetimi ko abonten ekọ ne could represent GRA and Ghana nyina nti ye befa akonya so ne de ada o masepa eja team no started preparations from January last year through the league no nim say Greater Accra Hockey League na the so we are a qualified team B to play in the class championship our Africa and in January we started boy home ye training ball league na nti kuwie no na ye man di kan our a lady side no na mema no so di second
Asempa FM
mema na side no nti no ye qualify e ma na host ni Zimbabwe nti ye kokusi akan our Ghana din mu ne GRA din mu ma na mencha de e ma no timi di second na afi so mema no so edi third nti ye ba no ya amfa en sapan amba adom nti ye de silver medal and a bronze medal e bai
moya de na munya support fi
support no de me fa no say e ba no sikase mu a Ghana Revenue Authority
okay
and
is it yeah revenue na general bia na mo de yes
ye de bi sports no
okay nti ever say bibia nse dem fi wa ayi ministry ha ma as a modern no ano no
when they akoye man say club GRA na nkasa ne club any representing it ni so responsibility or taking care of club e ba na national asem no and ya na
but this time mo ko outside Ghana and more represent a country so na more represent a country as a club mo nya mo bia fi ba bia apart from mo organization
send your Ghana na nti akoye Ghana Revenue Authority in the NHS Ghana na sponsor ye
okay na okay to say Ghana
asem everyone say in your support no kakra ka ho I think senka you bit me more than we are doing because it's a good gamer say abani de nani hwe pa because washa Ghana hanyina ye astroturf ye bo hockey wo so pa ba kope
enso so
Professor Mills Adarma
nanso so uko Africa yitimi di man side no Africa na ye rank ya Africa man na number 2 emema na Africa man na number emema na number 3 wow international say ye boa aban na boa amanka enya more astroturfs ka development no be kosoro ama afin so eba na kensi mu a yebetumi akoyanim kakra wo Africa.
Oh, okay. Mavis back home. Mavis saying, "Mbe microphone, be microphone ma make ah. And you can say ma 40 a 110 no. Is we have a code ma hockey ball to say.
Send your kind enye game bia nipa bebre enim ne sa. Nti me fan is ya la.
Wow. Wow, challenges view.
Oh.
Okay, do I mukita bana people can say hey na man mo
mukita normal game no in such a way say to send a football for more referees no hockey no you're from umpires.
Okay.
So you're born in such a way say umpires no manage send a bear injuries bebre bia ememunti. You're born who normal but omo muti echire na hu dey say dangerous.
Oh, okay. I don't know your interest in hockey. When I introduce you to the sport?
Oh. A branch be na introduce you.
Okay.
Or no obo hockey ni dada.
Okay.
Nti me fan say me SHS na or introduce me to hockey.
No wani beje ho. Ade a wo se da nya dwetri kese bia wo de na wani je ho sa.
Me ankasa no me pe sports as a
sports okay ti okay be boom no ene na afa na so yere hu ma chale wa ade mame we have ko de the microphone why the microphone no o se de no ni je hockey no.
Yeah, way back 2016 SHS1.
Wow.
No be call inter-schools tournament, but I'm a football defender.
Hey.
Enti
coach defend football mu. Wow.
Enti coach now no chom hockey ball. Me height na say nya goalkeeper. Remember. And I'm say I'll give it a try.
Asempa FM.
I'm at my big ascend.
Enti o do go football no.
Dodgy football.
And now o say o bo hockey activity.
Dodgy other sporting activities say handball, discus, short put and I'm ball hockey.
Tina ma hockey here there sir. GRA for no ma do more.
Yeah.
But the money here there we that disciplines and anka we di mu akotene na we jaya no the ma we ka say obestic to hockey.
To me decided say meet me for my dream call other sporting way because a bad opportunity we bet me for.
Okay.
So I decided say me focus more on hockey.
Okay. Ti hockey ni dey say dey wa fa hockey say o kan wa jenkwa. Okay. And yet mo so na ayi o mo so interest na me o mo so eni mo emfa 1-1 bi ha. Ti Kema say bi aboko dey.
Ya bi adom bi aboko.
Okay. Hockey mo te say
boko.
So nyame mu ede. We nim say hockey mo te. Hockey mo ede o. Okay. What experience te say?
Experience ni dey. We experience be there be near there but do na
okay any betin idea improve hockey or Ghana
to say na me opinion kan inya infrastructure ni bia development betimi adults
okay
or call other parts of African countries like Egypt for instance they have lots of pitches or mere development more South Africa or more in Bebre because of the number of pitches they have in the schools in Bebre ebo into SANA they start basics from schools no until we drew some level you know or very good but because pitch near one no all the clubs are training in Accra all the clubs are training in Accra schedule only is enough time it be so cool juma it be so cool school into no back and forth and you have to group all those things together before you come to from club over national get a lot of competitions within the country. I get limited unless your particular period we saw a kokumase a kushimo or a ball ko keep cruise the hawk a ball honum. But even with those people we just get 1 or 2 people that will come to Accra to join the teams to play. It is said I mean if we have a lot of pitches in other regions, so a web development from that side also, so that we get a lot of competition in the country, then can represent Ghana outside there.
Okay. And remember Tito Lasso we have okay, no, I saw it in Tiansan with Yabana. And they say team of you.
I said, or international stage, so attending from Ghana, and African I and TTF for also, but also the advantage and also
Tintin area hockey.
Or in terms of reach, near the ubit me we are ball, ubit me defend the ubit me about short need in name Banasa o tackle so there near Ubi Titia, or the Ubi a bit me and all the Udinage require with me at home, so not Eja, we are born if you go for him and the height and the bois.
It's a patenting for the in terms of reach, the more rich baby,
baby, and your basketball, baby.
Oh, okay, more rich baby, the patenting for. And it's now one son of the
I same way.
You mamma one up upon a while.
Now,
and on the woman, and then we now long reach.
And the stature. Wow,
it's ideal for instance stature no for a hockey say utimi e obi awa
pacho David and shedanye any a criteria about bia for playing hockey runs in terms of height and so far so it me sua game no ehun game na te game na se nkwan de obetimi abo.
Okay,
height de and shedanye e biasa.
Okay, chairman na okay no also rich sana. If you ever called okay, uko secondary school eh?
Ednaman senior.
Ednaman mo ball hockey o.
E wona misia ho.
Eh.
Yeah de pa.
Mo ball say mo hockey pitch.
Debi o, ya ball grass.
Mo ball grass o. Eh. Is it no one at the body na ma o?
Osajifo.
Oh, okay. And a cow.
I'm na coach.
Oh, okay.
But I think Inkofo Dodo almost started Yansana.
Oh, okay. No one ever gym home. And now also your sports that.
Oh, me now Mr. Soccer na me started.
Now we soccer. Oh, okay. But is it what you soccer no cry?
Yeah, mama quite major.
Why na ma kwai?
Mama.
Oh, mama. Oh, are.
Davi.
Oh, okay. Two mama na ma kwai.
One penny mama enjoy it.
I no see what Canada ye.
You know the mama kwai.
Oh, Canada. Into OTO.
Me not sure, but I think we'll wait in
later. Body na catch na channel. Say, mama, me na me you.
Ma okay, chilio.
Body baby o.
Gladys.
No, na phone wa ma catch.
Brony bima, Elmina.
Pacho be microphone na bomb me din confidently.
Gladys.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay, training. Many aso ni awaya ma me bebre. Michia opa. Me say obeti.
Very good, very good. You got support there time ma. So, say be ba na any opportunity ana ya mama mutima am there. Then other parents will also be encouraged say ombeti say ja on because when the sports na NBA but enye Ghana and tre bebre afina madam amosu mukite tema am there be do some pempe so e dey sa NBA no etimi aba. Nti dey na be ka che onu am so ofie.
Omo mbo mo modern say you can sports na Nkofo adwin bebre ko I think finances ni chain passion now.
That's right.
Ba wo passion na can be to aso aba. Nti wo bo ho mode na wo ko enim na. Eno so be bo be push nti say wo start say wo yes sports a. Bo ho mode nkakra na wo ye no. And most of the time say we need good management and e very better. Because obi o ha management no be nya no no dwin ono ane de ho ansa na. Ono athlete ni de na ba. Ba unya good support from management and so and also be obeko enimpa
dey na hockey ayama
baby
a bit
I think hockey na e ma me admission ko University of Ghana
and monka eh na kebinya eh na be bobi
on sports scout inte e ma ni easy man me say me ko University of Ghana and aside that no me team to kwanya ko outside because enyo bia no benya sa chance
kagusu ayo guzo bezo
nti kakra me su menya no
interesting captain rapo ape na sorry so
the nyama kakra bi ba na am say ntimi anya embre kakra nka ko no man side no maybe stimiji player of the match.
Player of the match.
Yes.
Wow.
How many times?
Two times. Player of the match.
Yes. Sister Eugene, your goalkeeper. Or the goalkeeper of the tournament.
Okay.
For the African Cup for Clubs Championship. Tintin Oti. On also same 2 player of the match awards. And I mean so many names. Player of the match back now is goalkeeper of the tournament.
Wow. My dear. Charlie, I think say my bay more other skills say be say ko so edimochi abedna go e be ko so edimochi say first ka bi bia ne o pitch ne so ne dey see pitch ne na ye hwe first and commentary na hockey mu pen just say yes ye afamu de dia abo ama ne matua sa ko intino ye be ko so edimochi ye de masese nwumre so mo be kan ho obi o dedication bi obi so ya na za munchia
okay me isu akwenye Adam, my spiritual father, founder of Paralympic International Ministries, King of Kings, and me wafa Elder Mankwamiriku, former captain for Asofok.
Who wafa no hey wafa
Pachane.
No obobo no otunyum o releasing the latest album. On fact so sumunya hwe but last minute obobo India. Oh I see. Okay.
Omo support from the album BC ende.
Okay. Ti ya dem asese mobile.
Macho I was say your die boss bi ase.
Okay.
Friend no Ebenezer Frimpong ono ye director for sports or GRE.
Okay.
Because you nim say or ye niema bibre my enyo no anka niema bibre it me even though because security service bibre o Ghana police or army or and even the club championship no na there was opportunity for 2 teams in the qualify but because of sikasem ni nto mo ntimi anko nti so no ntimi wura mu ma ye mpanifo no gitum ma ye skase ye mfa representing Ghana ye say ye da Mr. Ebenezer Frimpong.
Mr. Ebenezer Frimpong. We too much. Nti yedamase why nti mame famusia na yeres na nyama ACL ko ba bia wo bia no omoden ada se power jet battery so ne pemfo betun sedin so na fiahwe na onsaka battery power pipe Roxy Ventures so madama omna distributors of power jet batteries omakofa calcium carbide ba no filter for weather for and afi status eno mu yusu Mr. Obetia friend was 02080907889 02080907889 na ashama kowa na so Ochinanti Enterprise nkade everybody show be wabuso kan Kumase Kwame Choba Enterprise pampa so everybody show be also magazine amakom makrom junction kaso to Winiba junction Swedro to magazine leading to Takrade na power jet battery ba kwa no enam setete nti oye air driver ni anase oye kauna ope battery atu kama power jet batteries ne betu edi wadanse e di amount betwe phone pay for se omo charge sa akwa bomodin ada na ohwese ne Mexico so udin sa so betwe so no na unya achede besonko kra omse cash no ga kudi no ebetia ba no obetia convert sa fans no na afi wetin san dey twafo no strings attached na obetia enjoy new way to get rewarded betway.com.gh betway.com.gh terms and conditions applied regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana obetia fadwini kakra tun izan se bet diwa adwini betia bo mutim betia hye wani betia prunso kra ntimisel ya na ahwe nie unimfu enimu fe ngohwe a emfa onyime ka betway o se getway more wo so etachi afi bet ne obako ye fen se aviator we aviator lavadia and a betfox omo drop hundreds of thousands of free bets immediately outside app no betfox more 10 free bets the other good news and say cash out is smooth it's not fast there now train betfox.com.gh betfox.com.gh na e ka betfox am se we boost am wo so etayachi ana edi dwumedi ebrel 22 bet enso se omo achede omo de baaye no rock lake ti se wotafre abo anwanko abomodi ada se odum betu ansa gym package no full of excitement sign up instantly no nya 20 Ghana cedis insa so bia obedi e wo 22 bet so bia onya sika we win gangan 200% bonus for initial deposit no no so be finish na wasa e dey play bet no we dey best say wadwen kra o second deposit no esama 100% bonus e won hihia wudi mu 22 bet say we bet to play and we bet to win nti fa wo jim yehwe yemwa emanyama etwenkuye emfama wo yedin sapa bo akrachifo amunum ofu insa yedin sapa na abai a loss in the layman bitters and saying a extract of natural herbs any plants near the aye but modern ada so sabitu san ka bi tafri bi na fadidi nemwa emanyama etwenkuye emfama loss in the layman bitters ositwa bi na gina na so nenya ahoden foforo obetia friend 0248619999 0248619999 you can loss in the layman bitters and saying ye bibia say ye apuntu afusha na aba obeso obodu akra na pensa dia bodua o de bo ebe yie na eboa emaniama etia koyie de mantimi so e na onsonsa etimi akabi afen so ebi gold group something for work up US, Canada, and Mexico, Bomodiada, now I'm standard package, for corporate economy and now for corporate business. Mr. Omana Manini, so I'm so co-work up Nibia, 0545 995223 0545995223 na fe one a big good group yendwetwen komo work up no mo pe ana nei o ma twem ti se o mutimi de nkofo ko fasika no enko show bia ansa o mo ha ne ye kan ntie bia aso che bia ba obetia bibisai na etimi agina chiri e dia man ABC game enei chacha no eja numbers na e de to no ye letters ene eto alphabet ABC game into dial *262# pick 3 letters na fe use 5 Ghana cedis but the 1 million Ghana cedis e ba cho the more play more than 10 Ghana cedis per round increase winning no a license under the NLA characters platform we mo any sponsors ni emu totoro to ni atwitwiri twa mo tachiri na omo boy ma enanyumre so ye dey sports night eat me esabre na me so isu yi no na Bengazi dia bejame say happy birthday nkoma Prophet Godfred Miracle Damwa or a founder of Arena of Miracle International Sunyanton and Bengazi Belgian Paibo or say may God grant you all your heart desires and satisfy you with a long life. We from Odota, a friend Nana Sewa, AK International, and see where Bengazi and a day and also Ebijay. My baby so or any friendly Okrumoya dear pa. Now I'm special birthday and come a miss patient affair. Miss patient affair, Unipano. My me fair for ya dear pa on a shade Nipano blind Moses. On a shade, never my poor friend penny. Or some this year, this your new age be filled with joy, happiness, long life, strength, and abundant wisdom. May the mercy of God and the grace, favor, and the glory be your portion. You are so special to me, and I'm proud of you, and may God bless you. From Moses Derry, Blind Moses, CEO of Save the Blind Foundation. Inti Moses na di aba say inti Moses we dey say my proper chi dey am say come up am say nya kan na no inti no we say Coach Mboma and say Coach Mboma birthday Coach Mboma ono kita Accra Great Olympics bobuko no Coach Mboma no statistics e kapa wo sana nyama esi akoso too much Coach Mboma fantastic birthday en come ba bia obi o mini papa no I say well mama a food supplement and wom na matafre na boa ma mesentime afita kakra tini na ebo enti Coach Mboma ono wife obi bia me chiamu na se bibia ekokama ana fe Mr Mike Bonsu and so the message tin etiansa ba but yapon enti se do dem say Prof the hockey guys why can't they train on the other air astroturf made from football? Because I know hockey is football played with 6, so the excuse that there's only one astroturf, I don't think we should encourage. They can play hockey in any of the astroturfs that we have in the country. They just have to mount their goalposts and game on. Into way for them or Ghanaian media representing in the diaspora and the way and so about where cinema is your course. I'm going to hockey no a female no more. Inti yebesa bon komo na afia hwese ne bia nyama ebetimi akoyi we inti omre manembra ode omra trance omra trance na onye ya inti no me de besia na nyame adoma ocha de montimi ka betimi ka bia bia kwesiera no patututu na me wa ha bia manonsa ekeka boso de denden pa me de this is what you don't know bro me de this is what you don't know special edition birthday edition no ebeba Sunday we nti obia emrantem ogrenso ni sister ba kwa wu ma no yes na Mexico so na minim am so agye so abode ne da ntina ma aye no ze omoya ma ne biu o sene Mexico ay ogre boy si yom so ma hunya o kra ntino person na ma esi kodia obi nima obi kire coming up next obi nima obi kire Dr. Anane Boama na ebesi nkunya yi na ode obi nima obi kire dwumedie no atua ba na afia person na ma esi ekoso doc bibia bokode bibia come on we wadama unsem wa ho na ebeso mbese atwamfoni enti ma meni wie ntem ye kase Dr. Anane Boama ya wa ben sa na utimi esa
eno kwasem ne se ye ba no se ye mfa odomankomasa no habama enu brane no hini nsa yare dia yare bi se diabetes yare bi se hepatitis B typhoid ene yare wa ahodo mubuo stroke ni ade ni nyina no odomankomasa no metimi esa kase bi sa nyesa me brebra so ana se me suso ano keke itu ase nti se obi wo sa ha no bi ni wotie dwumade dia mo ntrafie na on kase eduro ni ho ye kase ye me so ahwe ni mom me kosa me ho yare na wanyi wapomden
okay wachiri kwan de obetin a kire wanim se wanim kwan enim wachiri de ye enim ti ayi se o kire wachiri kwan
pese ho machi kwan ya su ma ho mai
okay
0243 51 0062
sentimu bi we
0243 51 0062
again
0243 51 0062
enti enen so obi nima obi kire na odeba na amanfo msen ne Mexico so but amanfo say outside yesunsun ni amate say for guess obi a ohwese ge bi e pronounce o cheche no wetin ya boni bana transe aman mosquito so yin asa de ni bi ana madam bi so sokoto ba pepo onu so say ubetia e box bi a so so no pan ko tete aba nguma na kada ni ska wetin bi ama no
senka ti sa se kam metra ha
ye madam super osina no obehu na wo san hwe na ohwe no na pomuden nsem ne sene ne Mexico na ohwe ne nsemu ma no wo san ma ne lorry fair e ma ne san de kofie o se sa de no e bro na adwene nso de nsa na e pusu e ma otimi ye sa do e sa de man krofo ase benyado oni o mbo mpuni mpu
eno kwasem ne se adwuma na ye no nyene nyina na ye de agiska nko ye boa nipa me sa o yare kora me boa wo ti nipa bi wo beba wani mu no na ne hawo nti ama na yare kora na yesika iti me kire usika kwan me wo bi a me de be ma wo me kire sika kwan nti ya na bi no susu se da bre me yesika duro ye di akugu box bi mu da bi de di kan ye nya sika wa adwene mu na obi ye kire edwadie kora ye kire radio so kasa kora ye kire nti se wo ye adwuma bi na uni hu nim de wa hwe abefra hu hiani nse fidie so maka ne mpembebre se hiani ni asase so se uni ye ko nya sika obaye hiani enti unya sika penso hu nim de nso a obaye odefo mapa
okay
nti ni dwumade ya to ne de se obi nimu a obi kire ma wie school menya adwuma anye so obetra manim be 30 minutes a obehu se adwuma kora abuso na wona unya hu ye wonhwehwe Bible say Matthew 7:7 hwehwe na abehu no ya dwen ye nse bibi track e research enti wo no wankasa no wo yesika nso wonim se wo yesika wo kasa yesika wo nante yesika obiribia yesika nyankopon de ama odada nyafe no obeye biribi enti se wo pesika nyafe na akogina atwe mountains akobom pa yesika mra enti sa enti wo ba me kire osika kwan enti bia obi aba manim na nyema mu nyema no na me so me hwe ne se ko nyame mfa wo nkwa am se manka ne ye enti no se de wo ho no wo ne che na fe wo kire